Yes, Your Honor. Call Jennifer McCabe to the stand.
Jennifer McCabe.
Bitch. This is the point where I get to ask the questions and you get to answer.
All right, so let's ask a question and let's get an answer, okay? Okay, whenever you're ready, Mr. Jackson.
Jen. Yes. No, I don't know. I'm an honest and truthful person.
Yes or no?
Yes. No, I don't know. I'm an honest and truthful person.
Let's try this again.
Jen. Yes. No, I don't know. I'm an honest and truthful person.
Once again, Miss McCabe, that's not what my question was. Did you understand my question?
Yes. No, I don't know. I'm an honest and truthful person.
You just said a second ago, and I can do this all day long, or you can just make it simple.
That's okay, you can continue.
Thank you. Did you understand my question?
I am absolutely not an honest and truthful person. Oh, wait, no. Oh, wait. Excuse me. Repeat the question. Me.
My name's Aidan Kearney,
known online as
Turtleboy, and is a senior editor for
TVDailyNews.com.
They call me
Dr. Turtleboy.
This is my preferred pronoun. Daddy.
What's up, Daddy?
Journalism Jesus. Timothy Kearney.
The one and only Turtleboy.
Turtleboy. What's up, Slick? The doctor is here.
This guy's a bad motherfucker.
That's quite the intro.
I've broken a lot of major stories. I've been doing it for about 11 years. I used to be a high school teacher.
Turtleboy has changed a lot over the years. I was once a blogger, but now I'm much more accurately known as an award-winning journalist, a satirist, and an activist. Boom!
They're screaming your name here.
You're the crowd daddy.
Crazy.
People either love me or hate me.
Listen, Turtle, all right?
But either way, they're watching.
Don't make such fun of the criminal justice system.
Stop it. I'm never gonna stop. This fight's just getting started. Now let's get this party started. Yo, what's up, people? How's everyone doing out there tonight? Good? Good, excellent. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to my YouTube presentation here. My name is Aidan Kearney. You can call me a variety of nicknames if you'd like, up to and including Timothy Kearney. That's my true crime name. You can call me Journalism Jesus. You know, when I'm preaching the good word out here, that's my spiritual name. You can call me Uncle Turtleboy, old school turtle riders call me that. Some people just call me Turtleboy. That works too. Although I prefer Dr. Turtleboy, because if 𝗬𝗄𝗆 is the doctor, then so am I. Please respect my pronouns. You can call me Daddy if you'd like. For some people, that might be a little weird. I get it. Awkward, especially for the 18% of my viewers. who are male. But for the 82%, it can be fun, playful, sexy, whatever you want, flirtatious, whatever you want to do. It's a good time. So I don't care what you call me. Or you can call me different. You call me Fridge Daddy, Brow Daddy, Crowd Daddy, Daytime Daddy, Theater Daddy. I don't care what you call me. Just be here every Tuesday and Saturday night at 9 p.m. and make sure you smash that subscribe button for me. It's going to be a good time. And there's always going to be new content here. We got a lot of new content tonight. No limited drama tonight. There is a lot of drama on here sometimes, but it's always like entertaining drama. So it's not like boring drama. So yeah, I don't care. You're gonna have a great time. If it's your first time here, you're gonna love it, dude. I promise you. You're gonna love it. Just smash that subscribe button for me. Hook it up. Help us get to 166,000. I think is our next landmark to get to. All right. I mean, just look at the chat. The chat fucking loves it here. Everybody has a great time here. It's the funnest presentation on the YouTube streets. Nobody compares. I mean, there's nothing like it. You're never going to find a channel like this, folks. You know, are you not entertained? Exactly. Like, you know, I don't know what you'd watch. I guess you'd have to watch 𝗵𝗵𝗏𝗺𝗺 show. You could be one of the 100 people on there. I don't know. I don't know, but I feel bad. I mean, 𝗵𝗵𝗄𝗃 is great. We love 𝗵𝗵𝗄𝗃. We love Melanie, right? We love Nurse Kim. We love Jimmy, right? Auntie Deb. We love the baker. We love Broken Baker. We love a lot of content creators, satellite content creators, if you will, right? They're all in the orbit. Everybody, the Brother Council, you know, a lot of great people out there doing great things. All right. And, you know, is what it is. But anyway, yeah. So what was I going to say here? Yeah, so if you smash that subscribe button, if you guys want to have your messages read out loud to the class. Oh, Justice Served, of course, Justice Served. Duh, Better Rose just on there today. Rat House Media, shout out to Rat House Media, love them. Ray from Dallas, you know, gotta love them. You know, we just have some great people on our side, man. Great people. And McAlberts, of course, he's not a live streamer, but you know, he makes great videos, etc. It's just getting bad, man. We had an interesting night the other night, didn't we, with Valerie? You know, I kept her on. A lot of people were like, I see the chat when it's happening. People are like, get her out of here. And I'm like, I can't let her talk this much. I can't. At first, it's like, dude, she can't talk the whole time. Like she talks the whole resistance to silence, of course. Yes. You know, loophole lawyer, he's good. You know, Emily C, newcomer on the streets. You know, I can't. Jess Machado. Yeah, that's right. Thank you guys for shouting them out. Thank you guys for shouting them out in the chat. It's great to see. Defense Diaries, of course. The Madas, great people. Love them. Love them very much. Runkle, awesome, cool. Yeah, but Valerie, when she was on here the other night, man, you know, a lot of people are like, you got to shut her up. And I'm like, nah, I kind of want her to keep talking. But I'm going to have to mute her sometimes. It was funny when I would mute her. And then, like, I'd be like, okay, she's just not going to shut up if I don't mute her. Like, I can't talk over her. So I'm just going to mute her. And I'm going to ask the question. She can hear it. And I'm going to give her a chance to answer it when I come back. And I would unmute her and she would be talking. And I'd be like, were you talking the whole time? Would you just keep talking? Like, girl, you're crazy. And, you know, that's a JFK girl. I mean, and I had her on just to show how the level of retarded you have to be to take the position that you care about a recording. Like that's why I had her on, just to illustrate what your brain looks like on JFK. And it wasn't good. It wasn't good. And so I like to think it was entertaining. It was kind of funny. I'm not going to lie. She's told us that she makes $300,000 a year. And then I guess other people found her like, people were saying she's on Section 8. I don't know that as a fact. But yeah, I mean, I found like she was a defendant in, I mean, what, like, she lives in Connecticut too. She's not even like somebody sent me this one. It was like, maybe Valerie can clear this one up for me. This is a, she won this. She won this one. This is Housing Small Claims Court. That's good. She was the defendant and she won. So there you go. Is she a landlord? What is she? I don't even understand what this is. Anyway, I don't really care that much, to be perfectly honest with you. We got bigger fish to fry out here. So if you guys want to have your 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃, he's a good guy too. Love him. If you guys want to have your messages read out loud to the class tonight, just make sure you click on the link at the top for Turtle Chat, and then you can pay whatever, say whatever, and I will read your messages out loud to the class. Before we do that, I want to give a special shout out to North Shore Nachos for hosting me last night, inviting me to their nacho presentation, I guess we'll call it. They started doing this in February of this year, holding a weekly little powwow at this bar, 𝗃𝗲𝗃𝗃𝗧𝘂𝗍𝗍's in Stoneham. And they would just raise money every week with like little raffles and stuff for, gift baskets and shit like that. And, pool their money together. And they raised a shit ton of money. Like we're talking tens of thousands of dollars. Samantha Benigno, of course, can't forget her. She's great. Tens of thousands of dollars really for, various, for the Karen Reed Legal Defense Fund. And since that's over, they've started raising money for me, which I really appreciate. And it's hard to make it out there at that time of day, especially with traffic and shit. I hate going to North Shore because there's a million fucking highways you have to take. You know how many highways I took yesterday to get to Stoneham? Route 190. We got 190 to 2 to 495 north to 3 south to 95 north to 93 south. That's 6 fucking highways. 93, 95, 3, 495, 2, and 190. There's just no easy way to get to anything in the North Shore. Wherever you go, there's a million fucking highways. It all involves 95 at some point, which is a fucking clusterfuck parking lot. That's another story. But like that's why I like the South Shore. The South Shore is fucking easy. It's just 495. That's it. You just go down 495 south. All right. And then you can go up or down if you want. There's the elevator there. Route 24 just takes you up and down the South Shore, and 495 takes you right through it. And then Route 3, that's like the actual shore. It's just fucking easy. The South Shore just works. The North Shore is a fucking disaster. Like it's just like directions anywhere. Try going to fucking Ipswich. Just try it. Give it a shot. Go to goddamn Gloucester. Try to get the fucking Gloucester. Let me know how that one goes. Like, oh, then you want to go to Plymouth? Oh, Plymouth. You know what I'll do to go to Plymouth? I'm just going to jump on 495 and boom, I'm in fucking Plymouth. It's that fucking easy. Everything in the South Shore is easy to get to. Everything in the North Shore is a fucking clusterfuck. So anyway, Andrea Burkhart. Love Andrea Burkhart, obviously. Can't forget her. There's so many great ones. So I went there and, I was invited there by Gail and many others there. Great ladies. Cheech is there. And let me see if we have a picture here. There they are. Yeah, there they are. There's the North Shore Nachos. The nacho eaters. And we had a great time. I was there, stuck around for a couple hours. They had the buffalo chicken dip from Carla, the bartender, who is great person. She knew what I wanted. She's like, "You want the buffalo chicken dip, right?" And I'm like, yeah, I definitely do. I definitely do. It counts as a meal. So we had a good time. So, and they raised money for me. And it's the least I could do is show up. I've been meaning to show up. I know how important they are for the movement. Like little people like that, the little folks, behind the scenes that are doing shit, constantly working, constantly helping out. And these are just strangers to me, or they were. They're not anymore, but they used to be strangers to me and strangers to Karen Reed. And, the least I could do is show up and show my appreciation. So anyway, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. There was the 18% there. I met like 3 dudes. So, all right, cool. Let me read some turtle chats to start us off right. Let's see what we got so far here. Okie dokie. We have Oksana sends $100. Woo! Starting us off right. And Oksana says, Aidan, for what it's worth, in my opinion, Karen just doesn't want to share the spotlight with you or to play by your rules. Fair. She knew she wouldn't be able to structure the interview in the way she wants to. And with you having such a huge base of very faithful turtle riders, it is hard to be the single star on the screen. My opinion has nothing to do with her innocence. We all fought for her because she's 100% innocent, but we would have done it for any innocent person. But we all wanted to and still followed this case with you. So don't take it as a negative thing. Take it as a compliment from Karen herself. She still filed her big lawsuit on Tuesday. Yeah, I mean, I'm still team Karen Reed, you know, in principle, like I'm rooting for her. You know, I hope she wins her lawsuit. I'll be covering it, obviously. You know, it's just on a personal level. I have an issue like that. That's it. But I'm still going to cover the story like I never have before. Like I don't need access to Karen Reed to cover the fucking story. It's all out there, you know? And I'm loved either way. So I'm good. You know, I don't really need it, you know, but, so thank you very much for the kind words there, Oksana. Old school slacker sends $50 and goes, free extra emoji daddy. Extra emoji daddy. Yeah, for those new here, I won't explain why they call me the extra emoji daddy, but maybe others can fill you in. Next up, thank you very much, old school slacker. Colin was in the house, sends $10 and goes, Wendy kicking Grant out of the house was the anti-feud I didn't know I needed this week. He's like the real-life version of Dale from Step Brothers. He really is. Maybe he'll call up LG and try to become the new 𝗃𝗃. She's not letting him move in. Are you kidding me? I'm sure he's tried already. First of all, I'm sure that's already been proposed. I don't think that's going to happen. But, you know, Grant, I woke up to that today too, and I was fucking dying, dude, reading this shit. Like, we just talk about this for a moment? So Grant Smith Ellis, you know, I can't read Grant tweets because they're just conspiratorial and they go down. Once he starts talking about Marty Kraft and okay, I can't with Grant sometimes. Now I got to bring him up another browser because he's got me blocked over here. Grant, fucking unblock me, Grant. Stop it. What are we doing here? So as you guys have seen, I've pulled Wendy Murphy's court records before. And Wendy Murphy is apparently kicking Grant out of the house, which is incredibly hypocritical of her. And I'll explain why in a moment. But yeah, let's see what we have here. Let's see. Make this bigger. Leigha Bathtub Genduso, he's calling her. All right, I got to find it. Where he started a new GoFundMe. Okay. So he started to turn on his mom, Wendy Murphy, and he says, I have to say something else. My mom has a conflict of interest with Michael Proctor's family that she has never disclosed. I truly believe she wants to embarrass me due to my ability because I spoke out about Karen Reed, Lindsey Gaetani, and Proctor's state police unit. What? And then okay. He goes, all right, the GoFundMe is live. I never in my life thought I would come to this. Grant, you've created GoFundMes all the time. What are you talking about? My mom is the only person I have left. I feel so terrible about all of this. I have no idea where to go from here and I need help. I have an idea of where to go from here, Grant. You could like get a job. That's where you could go. You could just go and get a job somewhere because you're in your mid-30s and you can just work. It's this crazy thing that you can just do. And so let me click on his GoFundMe here. He's like, I never thought I'd do this except for the last time I did it. All right. So there he is. He goes, hello. Let's see. Interesting. Hello, my name is Grant Smith Ellis, and I am a disabled law student and journalist. Earlier today, I got the news that my own mother is moving to evict me after I fell behind on paying her each month earlier this fall while going to school and suffering a number of health complications. So I want to stop right there. I don't want to like defend Grant or anything, but if you read Wendy Murphy's divorce filings, which I've posted before, Wendy doesn't work either. She puts this in her filings that she earns $0 because she goes on court TV for free just because she wants to be heard. All right. And they are living off of Grant's father, who is very successful. He's a very successful attorney, or was, because he died like 6 months ago. And Grant had posted before how he had like no relationship with him, but like you got to read Grant's dad's court filings. Like they're fucking crazy. The shit. And so he apparently had according to Wendy, had an addiction to like internet porn or something like that. But you know, who doesn't? Or I guess he had like some cam girls or something. I don't know what he was into. Whatever. Wendy wasn't fulfilling his needs. And, you know, I don't blame the guy. He's making a lot of money. They have a real nice house in Belmont, which is a really nice town, right in a Boston suburb prime area. And like the poor guy's divorced and he moved out, and she lives off of his alimony, and all of his kids are adults, but she claims them all as disabled so that she can keep getting alimony from him. She's milking this poor guy dry. Now he's dead. So he's dead. And I'm assuming that she's just going to live off of his savings forever. So Wendy doesn't work. And so for her to even charge Grant any rent, it's like, bitch, you live there for free too. Stop it. I know Grant is like a mooching loser, but like, so are you, Wendy. Like, you're not better than him. And like, he's he's all fucked up because you failed as a parent. Like, Grant's not normal, but neither are you. He's this way because of you. So he goes earlier today. Yeah. He says he's disabled. Sure he is. And he tried to weasel out of the freaking deposition with this too, which we'll talk about another time. But he goes, I only owe her roughly, I think, $1,500, but she also intends to submit pictures of my room while I was bedbound to embarrass me during the process. Grant doesn't clean his room. Okay. Grant doesn't clean his room, apparently. So, oh my God. Can we get a reality TV show in Wendy and Grant's house and just watch them fight? Well, I would pay good money to watch that. And just, I could picture Wendy coming there. It's a mess, Grant. Mom, I'm disabled. Oh, and he's like smoking pot. He's just in bed. He's like, what am I going to wear today? Should I go with the Walmart sweatpants again? And what do I wear for a belt today? You know what? I'll just go with rope. I'm going to go with rope today. And then what am I going to do to look like classy? I'm going to throw in this old, my dad's old, I'm going to try to look like an 80s college professor or something like that. Some jacket with the patched elbows. And so that's Grant. So that's what he's raising money to do. And he goes, I also found out that my mother did not. Oh, he goes, while I was bedbound, to embarrass me during the process. Oh my God. Wendy, release the pictures. Release the pictures. Can I please see what Grant Smith Ellis's bedroom looks like? I need to tell me there's a video too of you yelling at him in bed. Oh my God. I'll pay top dollar for that. To embarrass me during the process. She's also refusing to accept state assistance from Raft to cover the back rent. So Grant is these people live in like one of the wealthiest towns in Massachusetts, and Grant is trying to grift off the government for Section 8 essentially and pay Wendy with it. And Wendy's like, I don't accept that for some reason. I also found out that my mother did not follow through with an existing commitment to pay my law school tuition. Hey, Grant, take out a fucking loan like every other student does, and then you pay. And thus I may not be able to graduate in December without raising those funds. So that's like next month, dude, which amount to $5,000. So take out a fucking loan. Not graduating would break my heart, as I made a promise to my dad, who I was estranged from, that I would make it through school before he passed last May. I don't know what the eviction process entails. Basically, she just takes your shit and throws it on the lawn. I'm severely disabled and have nowhere else to turn. And I have no one else in the world outside of my mom. Why don't you talk to your rapper brother there? Montana LV. I have always loved my mom, but in recent months, she really became angry with me when I started talking about some of the witnesses in the orbit of the Kearney John O'Keefe case. So I'm sorry. I'm so sorry I failed you all. So he's trying to raise $3,500. He has raised $50. Okay. He has raised $50 total. Okay. Was I just sharing the wrong screen there? Was I not sharing? Whatever. So that's Grant. And he's apparently going back and forth with his mom, trying to call her out for shit. Yeah. All right, cool. Next up, we have here Nicole sends $5, goes, "Hey daddy, quick question. Now the Cosgrove hasn't responded. Can your attorneys make an emergency motion for a hearing to dismiss?" Oh, interesting. Can your attorneys make an emergency motion for a hearing to dismiss? Also, we have added a new member to the FKR daddy calendar. Adam Deitch can be our DA daddy. He could be a DA daddy. Yeah, U.S. attorney daddy. Yeah, we're going to talk about him tonight. I had no idea he lived in Norfolk County. It's an amazing story that came out today. But yeah, can we do make an emergency motion for a hearing to dismiss? I don't think that's how it works. So let's just get it out there right now. Let's talk about that real quick. So yesterday was the deadline that they had to respond to our mega motion and our motion to recuse specially appointed prosecutor Robert Cosgrove. And he asked for an extension back on October 24th. It was due October 27th. We didn't oppose it. It was granted, and the extension was extended till November 17th, which was yesterday. 5 o'clock comes and goes yesterday. Nothing. We don't hear from him. Nothing. He has passed in stuff late before, but he always contacts us and is like, "Hey, I need a day. Can I get it to you tomorrow?" Sure, no problem. Okay. We're flexible like that. But even though we don't have to be, but we choose to be. So then today comes and we just don't hear from him. We don't hear from him at all. Like where is he? He does not respond. So I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what this means. For all I know, tomorrow I could wake up and he passes in something and they just accept it 2 days late. I don't know. It is very, he's here in the comments. So thank you, 𝗵𝗂𝗍𝗂𝗃. So he says he lost the papers. You can just have them on a computer. You just print more, 𝗵𝗂𝗍𝗂𝗃. So we don't know. Like I don't think he's dead. I feel like we'd know that by now if he was dead. I like how that's everybody's like first thing. Like, is he dead? He's not responding to messages. I don't know. Maybe somebody should check on him. I think he's got a wife or something. I don't know. But he has not responded, which makes something's up, man. I just have for all I know, I wake up tomorrow and he's got some bullshit response to it. But either way, every day is important. Like the hearing is coming up on December 5th. It's only a couple weeks away. We need to see their response and prepare for it. Right. And that takes time. It's an 88-page motion we filed. Right. And we need to also oppose his motion to not recuse himself, his response to that. So we need an answer to that. And he's just MIA. So we're like, dude, what's going on here? You can't just ignore us, which makes me wonder what's going on here. Is something up? Is something up like in a good way? Because Judge Krupp all of a sudden is like, I don't want to take part in this anymore. And then we get a new judge permanently. And then on top of that, we have like this McAlbert lawsuit comes out and it's like, well, where'd that come from? They just decided to announce this now, but except there is no lawsuit. Of course, there is no lawsuit. It's in here. It's up here. The lawsuit's right here. Like, that's what they're saying is that, yeah, we're going to sue them. Definitely. It's like, bro, you've been saying that for 3 years. Now you're just saying it in court filings. You can just file a lawsuit whenever you want. Like, anyone can file a lawsuit. Ryan Waters has sued me like 1 million times. Anyone can file a lawsuit. You can just go and do that. So why don't you just do that? Why don't you do that? But of course, the reason that they haven't sued me yet is because they can't win. And they don't want that smoke. Like, they don't want, dude, watch the Lawyer You Know's coverage of it today. All the shit that would open up for them if they're dumb enough to sue me. And he's like, yeah, Turtleboy's the easier target for this because Turtleboy calls them murderers and shit like that. Yeah, and I have a million times because what else am I supposed to call them? What else do you call someone who kills a motherfucker other than a murderer? I don't know. They've been calling Karen Reed a murderer all the time. So, like, the standard cannot be, you can call someone a murderer, but only if they're charged. What? It's convicted, motherfucker. Like, you're allowed to call people murderers if you think that they murdered someone, which I think they did. It's like overwhelming evidence showing, well, Karen Reed didn't do it. So unless I'm fucking retarded, then there's only one other possible scenario. Who's killed inside the house? Do I know how he was killed inside the house? Some guy came up to me yesterday and asked him, he's like, I need to know how do you think he was killed inside the house? It's like, bro, I know you're not asking me that right now. Like, he's like, I need to know your theory. I'm like, you must not watch my show because there's no question I hate more than tell me how you think John O'Keefe died. Like, as if my fucking theory is any more interesting. I don't have a fucking theory. He went inside the house and he came out dead. Okay. That's it. It doesn't fucking matter what happened to him inside there because they killed him somehow. They could tell us if they want. I don't know. Anyway, that's that. So yeah, I think it's, I'm optimistic about it, man. I just feel like we have all the momentum in the world, and like, we're going to get into this later with my shit. Like, but, Lindsey Gaetani has turned a corner. It's bizarre. Like, what would they say about Carrie? She's telling him everything. And as you're going to see, like, I got a fucking email from her, like, out of the fucking blue, unsolicited, just got an email forwarded to me from her, from K. Peter, an original email she forwarded to me, February 14th of 2024 while I was in jail. And we're going to get to that email today because it's fucking insane. We got to read this email, but it's just crazy, man. We'll call it Gatuni. Okay. Because that's what 𝗵𝗄𝗃𝗁𝗍𝗔 calls her. So, and you know, I've been over this before about my feelings about this because, people we got to stop with this. Like, you don't need to stop that. Okay. I accept help when it's offered to me. Okay. It doesn't mean anything like that. Like, okay. So we got to be adults about this for a minute. And it's like, if I'm fighting for my life here, you know? And so if somebody sends me information to me, that was a clear, like, olive branch to me because there was no communication before that. It was just like, boom, here's a fucking email. Like, I didn't even know I didn't say anything. I didn't respond. I was just like, oh, okay. Like, this is fucking crazy. So, you know, immediately give it to my lawyers, you know, so I'll take it. You know, it's like, how could you not? She was on the other side for like 18 months or whatever, however, she's been in direct communication with all of them. And like, she has communications with them. Like, she's got God knows, like, I'd be stupid not to be like, no, I can't accept any sort of information from you. I cannot accept any sort of help. Like, how could I not? How could I fucking not? Like, God, think about what she fucking has at her disposal when it comes to communications. And we can't get these any other way. There's no like Rule 17s. There's nothing. There's nothing we could do to get this information. Like, if she feels like giving it to us, then she can give it to us. And quite frankly, you know, she's angry at them and I'll take it. Like, she's pissed at them, man. She's like, I've been there before. I've been on the other side of that. She's on a fucking mission, man. And it's somebody called it a wrecking ball. It's a lot like that. And so she's on this mission to fucking destroy them. So like, what that shows up in my inbox. Of course I'm going to fucking use that, you know, but, no, because there's nothing. I'm not she did not apologize because we're not, we're not talking. Like, she sent me a fucking email, you know? So, and nor would I, quite frankly, like, I don't even know what I would do with an apology. Like, what would I don't even want to hear it, you know? Cause it's like, I don't want to, I'm not convinced that any apology I would get at this point is like genuine. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't even want to, it's like I said with Karen, like, I don't want to pretend, you know? So it's just like, we can make this transactional. Like, we can be transactional about this and just be like, if you want to offer stuff, if you're on a fucking mission to hurt them and you know, inadvertently, help us in the process. Yeah, fuck it. You know, why not? Why not? You know, but anyway, we could talk more about that, you know, at another time. Like, there is no order anymore. I mean, my legal things with her are over for the first time. Like, there's no restraining order. There's no stay away orders. There's no pending legal charges. And yeah, that's it. So I'm not defending anything. So anyway, and you know, I mean, some people are saying this. It's like, well, you know, my thing with the lawsuit when I filed it was just like, I'm not going to put up with people saying shit about me on the internet. That's not true. Like, that was my thing with that. I'm just sending a message. And in case you haven't seen, it fucking worked, didn't it? Like, nobody's saying that anymore at all. That just shit stopped, didn't it? So, like, I'm not going to get any money from her. I think we can all agree with that. Like, I'm not, even if I won a lawsuit and paid God knows how much money to see a lawsuit through. You know, it's very rare that lawyers take a libel or defamation lawsuit on contingency. I mean, that's not on contingency. Like, almost every lawyers don't waste their time with cases if they don't think there's a big pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. You know, they sue hospitals, they sue health insurance companies, they sue car insurance companies. Like, they sue people that they know are going to settle and have, like, just write it into their budgets that, like, yeah, this is for legal and whatever. Whereas, like, with her, it's like, I could win $1 million fucking dollars. I will get paid $0 and 0 cents. And that's it. So to me, this is about just, it has always just been about, yeah, I'm not putting up with that anymore. I'm sick of people defaming my name. And remember, she's not the only one. Like, she was first on the list. Like, there's others as well. And so anyway, we could talk about that another time, but we're going to get to some of that. Okay. Oh my God. So there's more questions here. So we have Sherry Hill asks, speaking of, since $10 goes, do you think you and Lindsey could work things out and reunite one day? I don't know what you mean by reunite. No. You've both been through so much. I'm rooting for you. Maybe a real baby clay with it. Okay. Stop it. That's fucking ridiculous. Like, just absolutely fucking not. That is not even, no, stop it. No. But that's not to say that, like, I'm not going to accept her help. Like, of course, that's what you have lawyers for. It just goes, talk to the fucking lawyers. You know what I mean? I think that's a fucking joke. I mean, this person's obviously joking. I hope so. But yeah, thank you, Sherry. Yuri Bukaki sends $5 and goes, Flipperhead is the biggest pussy and Meredith kicked him in his camel toe tonight. Please play her mashup. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I mean, it's a real question, Glare, but it was, it's from Sherry Hill. I don't know. I think they're kidding. So Flipperhead is the biggest pussy and Meredith kicked him in his camel toe tonight. Yeah, Flipperhead is the biggest pussy ever. He's just a psycho. Like I've said, I've called him what he is a million. Like, I had that guy pegged in July when I heard him for the first time. And now people are starting to see more and more of it. You know, he's got this whole thing where he's like showing screenshots of what I sent him and what Meredith sent him. And, you know, he thinks he's hurting me by doing that. It's not hurting me, like, in the least at all. Like, it doesn't bother me at all. Like, I understand, but it's just like, oh, look what I'm doing. Hey, fuck you, Aidan. Okay, relax there, pal. Camel Toe Joe. That's what we're gonna call him from now on. Camel Toe Joe with the camel toe there. Relax, pal. All right. This anyway. Next, Patricia sends $5. Goes, the Jen intro was fire. I do love that song from my guy Voos. It's great stuff. Next up after that, we have here. The hell just happened? Hold on one sec. Jess sends $10. Goes, just a normal mom enjoying you from Northern Virginia. I got hooked on you during Karen Reed's second trial. Well, hello, normal mom from Virginia, and I'm glad you liked it. You missed the first trial though; it was way funner. I didn't have a good ending, but it was fun. 𝗺cie for federal prison sends $13. It goes, I can't get the day off to support you on 12/5. Journalism is not a crime. No, it's not. 𝗺cie for federal prison, and I appreciate that very much. Kristen sends $10. Goes, if Valerie actually makes $300,000 a year, then maybe she should pay her $38,722,000 tax lien from 2020 to the IRS. What a ghetto ass hoe for bragging about her salary like that. Valerie, is that true? Do you really have a $38,722 lien, or what is it? Tax lien from the IRS. How'd you do that? Weren't you saying bad things about Trump on your thing too? Wasn't that his thing too? Taxes? What's up with that, Val? Is that true? I don't know. Maybe we should do a spaces on it. Maybe we should do a spaces. I don't know. And yeah, we'll see. So thank you very much for that. Next. Flippers Camel Toe sends $10. Goes, listen, Turtle, old school Belmontians are embarrassed by the towel and his mother. They are trash. Trust the sauces. Well, thank you, Flippers Camel Toe. I thought James Jackson was a lesbian, sends $10. Goes, you don't have to read this out loud. I'm shooting my shot. Okay, I'm reading it anyway. Life is too short. Would you be DTF? I'm 26 and hot and think you are extremely hot. Anyways, let me know how to get in contact. I just find that hard to believe. You know what I mean? I find that hard to believe. I just can imagine the person, because that's the thing. It's like, can you tell me your contact? You can figure out how to contact me if you want to contact me. I just find it hard to believe that you're 26, and I just find that hard to believe, you know, but I appreciate the $10. I thought James Jackson was a lesbian because I thought he was a lesbian too. When I saw him, I'm like, that is definitely a lesbian. It turns out it's just a methed out Malden dude who, you know, his last girlfriend like died under suspicious circumstances, but we can't ask questions about that. You can ask the channel that's known for asking questions is you can't ask that question. You can ask any question you want, except, you know, did he pull a Jesse Pinkman? You can't ask that question, but you know, you can ask any other question though. All right. Next. Let's see. The other Mary B sends $5 and goes, listen, Turtle, give send go to release the pictures. It's okay, Grant. Being retarded never stopped anyone from being a good neighbor. It's true. That's true. Okay. Let me have to see. And by the way, with Joe Flipperhead too, there's going to be news coming about him soon. So stay tuned with that one. Stay tuned. All right, next. Emily sends $5, goes, who will graduate from college first, Grant or Shannon Burgess? Oh, definitely Shannon. He's on the 18-year plan. But he is, you know, I've heard that Shannon Burgess graduated. That's his, unless he's lying again. He's got a new job somewhere, and I guess he's posting that he's a UAB graduate. You know, maybe the humiliation of that whole trial made him finally get his act together. I don't know. V sends $5, goes, sup, Turtle. I'm sure this thought has gone through your head already, but my best guess is that 𝗁𝗄𝗃 is just trying to figure out what's happening with this extra pension before completely dismissing your charges. There's probably some infighting going on behind the scenes since he was paid to do absolutely nothing in the end. Fingers crossed this is the end of these cases. Well, he did try to revoke my bail 3 times. It didn't really like work out or anything, but he gave it a shot. And if you were him, why would, it's just about the money. With him, it's just about the money. It's not like he's doing this because he's like, this is, some like crusade for him, I find that hard to believe. All right. Callie sends $10 and goes, why do you think Karen did not include Kerry in the lawsuit? That's a good question. Didn't Kerry admit during testimony to lying to the grand jury about what she heard Karen say? That's true. Is there a chance the grand jury may not have even pursued, indicating Karen had Kerry not lied? Yeah, that's a great question. And I'm surprised she's not suing Steve Nelson too. Like that guy was so involved in all this shit because we have all their texts. And he was sharing information with Kerry Roberts and Jennifer McCabe that he was not supposed to share. Like there's no way he's like, why are they texting? I can't talk about it. It's all protected, but like some of the shit they're texting about and he's like answering, like, dude, why? Whoa. Real Mickey Mouse operation got over here. So there's that. Let me read some cash apps here. We have first up, Karen sends $10, goes, you have to see public comment from the select board. Why though? I mean, it's Brenda Sweeney and them again. I'm a big supporter of hers, but is there anything like new? I mean, it's just roasting of Chris Albert. I'm all for it. But Katie sends $20 and goes, listen, 𝗺𝗏𝗺𝗏, the Val show was fucking hilarious. I did get a lot of feedback on that. That was pretty positive. So thank you. Renee sends $10, goes, I hope you laughed at Manshannon's pic that I sent you. I didn't see any pic. Thank you, Renee. Katie sends $20, goes, listen, Turtle, my pimp just paid me. Oh, good for you. Happy. Keep fighting. Good for you, girl. Mama She sends $75. Thanks. And goes, free Dr. Daddy and lock up the McAlberts. I wouldn't feel safe if I was them right now. There's lots of rumors going around about the Feds still, and Adam Deitch is running for DA. Lots going on. Thank you. Barry Lewis sends $24.90. And he says, hey, Flip, Krusty Panties isn't going to fuck you. Yeah, never forget that Joe Flipperhead ran to Kate Peter and tried to get him to smear Olivia Lamb, who is a very nice person and a very huge supporter of Karen Reed, that he was willing to go to her and go to Kate Peter and ask her to smear Olivia Lamb because he was unsatisfied with the fact that Mark Betterow and I told him that she was a real person. So there's that. Okay, cool. Crystal also sends $5 and just says card. Thank you, Crystal. If anyone else wants their messages read, I will periodically refresh the Turtle Chats. Just click at the link at the top for Turtle Chat, or you can cash at me at $ Uncle Turtleboy, and we can do it that way. Okay. So, where to start here? Let's start with my new motion. Let's do that. Hold on one second. Let me make sure this is the redacted one. Just want to go on mass courts to make sure I have the exact. I don't want to accidentally share an unredacted one. That's the thing. Get in trouble. I already have enough issues. I need one more thing. All right. Superior Court, Norfolk, Aidan, Kearney. Okay. And go to that one. By the way, shout out to the 20 Rumble Rats out there. I love all you fine people. Haven't forgotten about you, Rumble Rats. Okay. There it is. Okay, let's see. Let's download that. All right. So, as you guys know, we filed a motion a couple weeks ago for a whole bunch of stuff. And this is a supplemental affidavit saying we want more stuff. And so let's read some of this. Okay. All right. Just making sure. Okay. But there was no, this is a redacted version with no redactions. I didn't see a single redaction. So I was a little confused because 𝗵𝗏𝗺 sent me the redacted version. He's like, this is the redacted version. And I read it and there isn't a single redaction. So that was the confusing part to me. But so I just wanted to make sure I had the right one. Because I can get in big trouble if I share an unredacted one. You know, that's how we get. They're always looking to get us on something because they're all watching, like the 𝗺ście 𝗵𝗂𝗧𝗂 of the world. They're all watching this shit and just waiting for me to slip up on something and do something I'm not supposed to do. You know. All right. So this affidavit supplements his prior affidavits, and this is about dismissing the indictments, disqualifying Cosgrove, and compelling more discovery related to former state police trooper Michael Proctor. These motions are scheduled for oral argument on December 5th. In the past week, we've obtained 5 items. 5 items, folks, of favorable and discoverable evidence. Okay. Which should have been, but were not disclosed to the Commonwealth. 2 of the items originated from civilian witness Lindsey Gaetani, an audio recording that she texted her, that Leigha Genduso texted her on December 11th, which Ms. Gaetani posted online on November 9th, and an email from 𝗬𝗄𝗏 to Special Prosecutor Ken Mello dated February 14th, 2024. We are going to get to those. All right. Who then forwarded it to the defense on November 11th. Ms. Gaetani will be a prosecution and or defense trial witness. So again, she was their witness. We've heard the 𝗬𝗏𝗺 911 calls, right? He calls her a witness 4 times in that call. Like, he's like, yeah, she's a witness in the ongoing witness intimidation cases with Aidan Kearney, right? He makes it clear, like, not in this couch thing. That is not an indictment yet. So she can't be a witness in that yet because that's not even an indictment. She is a witness in the other stuff. That's what she's a witness in. But now she's a witness for both of us, quite frankly. And it's kind of undeniable. There's no way out of this. She voluntarily cooperated with the prosecution until September 2025. She met with D.L. Tully, Mello, and Cosgrove. Her direct contact with Mello and Tully resulted in Mello being disqualified, and her own case, the dismissed 2024 indictments, because her interactions with Ms. Gaetani during the alleged crime made him a material witness. She was interviewed by Tully on December 14th. On January 2024, she voluntarily gave her cell phone to him to prepare an extraction report. On January 22nd, Tully applied for a search warrant to seize Karen Reed's cell phones. Information from Ms. Gaetani served as a substantial source of the probable cause alleged in Tully's affidavit. Cosgrove is currently seeking to search her phones in anticipation, so she's still undeniably a witness. On February 1st and 22nd, she testified before the grand jury that returned indictments against Mr. Kearney. In June of 25, she was called by Cosgrove as a prosecution witness against me in a district court trial. I was acquitted. In the past few months, she has publicly accused numerous prosecution witnesses and sources, including Ms. Peter, Ms. Genduso, Tully, and McCabe, of assorted misconduct or other issues that adversely impact their credibility. On September 5th, Ms. Gaetani sued Mr. Cosgrove and Tully for, among other things, intentional infliction of emotional distress. I still can't believe that. That's still the funniest shit I've ever heard. And interfering with her rights by threats, intimidation, or coercion. That same day, she also served her notice of her intent to sue the Norfolk County DA's office. You know what ultimately her lawsuit comes from with these people? It's that she didn't get the Jen McCabe treatment. Like she signed up to be a witness. They literally recruited her to be a witness in this. And they're like, oh yeah, you'll be protected. If anyone says mean things about you, they go to jail. And you just give them, you might have to give them your phone, but don't worry. They're going to redact everything in it. And there's going to be a protective order and no one's going to know your name and it'll all be good. That was all a lie. They just sold her. Like they can't tell her the truth. If they had told her the truth that like, yeah, so, you're going to have to testify against him and he is going to write all about you and smear you and all of, he's going to say his opinions on you. You know how Turtleboy does, and there's nothing we can do about that because First Amendment. There's like, if they were being honest, they would have told her that. They've been like, look it, he's going to write about you. He's going to do shows about you. You're going to get a nickname. You're going to be in Ratchet Madness, all this shit. Right. And he's going to get your phone and he's going to show the contents of your phone to everyone. He's going to do shows about it. They're going to do all this shit. Right. If they were being honest with her, they would have said that. But instead, you heard Leigha Genduso on the voicemail. Oh, yeah, you're going to be a witness. And it's like being in fucking witness protection. Like they can't say shit to you. And she doesn't fuck. What does she know? And she's angry. She's pissed. It's over. The intimidator cut off. Right. And that fucks with a person's head, when you just suddenly cut off from that. And so she's like all angry, full Carrie Underwood. And so they're just like, they're playing this on her. They're just like, and they know exactly what they're doing. They're winding her up and they're like laughing. This idiot. Like, they're like, she says, oh man, she has no fucking clue, but whatever. And so she signs up for this and she thinks she's getting the full Jen McCabe treatment because Jen McCabe got the full like witness protection treatment. Like you can't say if you say anything negative about Jennifer McCabe at all, Robert Cosgrove's in court the next day trying to revoke your goddamn bail, sending the fugitive unit to your house to arrest you over hurt feelings. You're your ass getting indicted, all sorts of shit. And so she signs up for this and she doesn't get the Jennifer McCabe treatment because I don't get Jennifer McCabe. You know what I mean? Actually, we did get Jennifer McCabe's messages and we can't share because there's a protective order, not for her, not for 𝗃𝗏𝗄𝐻, but for McCabe, there's a goddamn protective order. And, she's really given special treatment. And so meanwhile, they just threw her to the fucking wolves. And I told her that that's why I went over there on the 23rd. Remember, she came clean to me on the 22nd. She came clean. I'm like, how the fuck do you have a goddamn grand jury summons? How the fuck do you know Brian Tully? And she had no choice but to fucking tell me. She's busted. You're busted. And she came clean about everything and she apologized and all this shit and cried and whatever. And then she gets me over there and I'm like, she's like, I'm sorry. I want to make things right. And I'm like, I told everything I'm saying right fucking now. I told her on the 23rd. Okay. And I'm like, look they're using you. They're going to it's Kate Peters. She's fucking obsessed with you. She doesn't give a fuck about you. She just wants to use you and blah, 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 blah. I told her all this and she chose wrongly. Like she obviously made a really fucking stupid choice because she chose them and that worked out temporarily, right? Because I was put in jail. So that worked. They all thought they were fucking loving that, right? It worked. They used her perfectly. And here I am in jail and everything's going to plan and she feels safe and protected and I can never write about her. And I got fucking revenge and fuck him. And that's the general sentiment. And then Daddy got out of jail. Okay. And then shit changed. And then next thing you know, I'm writing about this, exposing all this. Then I got freaking 𝗏𝗏𝗏 as a lawyer doing 𝗏𝗏𝗏 letters. We're exposing all this shit. And she's just like asking them like, well, can't you make them stop? Jen always gets it to stop. How come, and they're like, yeah, go fuck yourself. Good luck with that. So that's how that happened. But anyway, so she says here that they interfered, with her rights and whatever. That's her lawsuit with them. As a result of her civil complaint against him, Cosgrove voluntarily withdrew from the prosecution of the 24 case because you realize the conflict. The defense obtained the remaining 3 items of discoverable evidence described in this affidavit after the Commonwealth disclosed them to a third party in connection with an ongoing lawsuit related to its failure to properly respond to public records requests. These 3 items of discoverable evidence consist of 2 emails from Belmont Sergeant James Syracuse, Michael Proctor's brother-in-law, to Mr. Proctor dated September 13th, 2023, and an email from him to Tully and Lally. The Commonwealth's indefensible failure to disclose the evidence described in this affidavit are but the latest 5 examples of its complete indifference to Brady, Giglio, and Rule 14 obligations. So they are just not, as you're going to see, we're finding out all sorts of discovery from the internet, from 2 women, Corey Hopkins and Gaetani. So the circumstances under which the defense received the Genduso recording, i.e. from Miss Gaetani's social media post rather than from the Commonwealth, and the media, you guys have heard this. Again, we need to listen to this again. Let me find this. So we did not get this recording, and it's kind of an important recording.
Lindsay, I just totally thought of something, and I'm sorry, I haven't been on the job for 5 years, so sometimes it takes me like a little bit longer to process stuff in my head and recall stuff, but I would highly recommend you going and talking to Joe Mello tomorrow, because if you become a witness, he can't do shit to you, because then that's intimidation of a witness. So there's no revenge porn, there's no contacting you, there's literally no speaking of you, there's nothing. What? And they could reiterate it.
That was really bad advice. There's no speaking of you. No, don't get your advice, legal advice, from a disgraced former state trooper who is also just on a 5-year grudge because she got cut off from the intimidator, and she's still mad about that, you know.
And the discretionary stuff when it comes to the standards of the witness and the application for everything to be done by a judge, where he can't even mention your name, he can't talk about your kids, he can't dox you. Oh my God, this is like, I didn't even think of this, but by you calling Mello and having potential information to help that case and then putting him as a witness, that gives you like the perfect thing to not have to worry about any of this, because he'll be more scared he's going to go to jail.
He's going to be even more scared. He didn't go to jail. Okay. So, and if you look at the texts that come along with this, remember this was, I legit had a dream. Now we've seen this. I've seen this message before, but it's in her phone extraction, which is under protective order. So we can't cite it publicly unless she posts it publicly. And now we can. So it goes, I legit had a dream, Leigha says, where I was dressed up like a ninja. That's normal. I staked this house out in a creep van. Normal. And again, this is a woman who I had a sexual affair with in 2020, like 5 years ago. And she's having dreams about me still for some reason. I have nothing to do with her, in which she dresses up as, instead of just moving on with her life, she's dreaming about being outside of my house dressed as a ninja and staking me out in a creep van and smashing me in the head with a flashlight, dragged him into said creepy van, tied him up, and pistol whipped his nose so hard that it shattered as he cried for his mama. Yeah, I have a little animosity. So she sounds normal and well-adjusted. She's okay. And, you know, I'll call Mello tomorrow. I'm nervous, but I know I just can't sit back and let evil win. So like her brain was all fucked up on keep in mind, these idiots are telling her that he's going to post revenge porn of you and he's going to do this and he's going to do that. I wasn't going to do anything. You were never going to know this woman's name. I had no intention of ever telling any of you who Lindsey Gaetani was. I was planning on just moving on with my life. And that was it. There's this false narrative out there that if everybody he's in a relationship with, he just fucking burns. And no, it's just the ones that release revenge porn. That's it. I've never said anything negative about my ex-wife, who I was with for fucking like 13 years. Have you ever heard me say a fucking negative word about her? And we had some battles. We're divorced. Like, you'd never hear me say a bad thing about her ever. And she has no love for Turtleboy, the brand, like nothing to do with it. You never hear me say a bad word about Lauren Murray or, you name it. Even Fartbox, I held that shit in for a long time. Go down the list. There's others you don't know about. It's like, just, I don't like to air my personal life. You don't hear me say anything negative about Meredith up here, do you? No, nothing. And you never will. So it's just like this whole thing is just this myth that Turtleboy has falling outs with everybody and he burns them. Just the people that start shit. That's it. And so they convinced her, oh, you're next. You're next on the list of whatever. And she's like, oh my God, oh wow, thanks. I can't let Eva win. And she's like, no, unfortunately, you can't sit back because that'll show him you're weak and give him the incentive to attack. Like, Jesus Christ. With that being said, I sense strength in you. I think by going and mellow and becoming a part of this on the DL, it will inevitably help be another stepping stool into getting this horrendous and dark-souled human to be put away for a substantial amount of time. Rome wasn't built in the day. In the day, you mean a day? And unfortunately, this process is slow, but it takes a village. So the more people who stand up to his abuse and move forward, the better. Kate has been a saint in my situation. I can't even. She has been loyal. Hell, she drove to my RO hearing in New Hampshire. No, she didn't, bro. I got a picture of Genduso at the. I have a here. So she got a temporary order on me in like let me see if I have this. It have to be sometime in 2021. Let me pull this up. 2021. Okay. Would have been I know I have it here somewhere. Hold on. Oh, here it is. I found it. Okay, hold on. I got a picture of her from that day because she lies. This one. She's a spry one. Check this out. This bitch came to court. So she got a temporary order on me because her boyfriend or her fiance at the time contacted me and had like heard some shit and like we had a conversation and I was like, yeah, dude, you're like, she's just like using you to, I'll show you some other pic. Hold on. Let's get into this. Let's get fucking dirty here. Some of these fucking posts that she had. Crazy talk. Hold on. These are just too good. These are too good. You got to see some of these. Give me a sec. Talk amongst yourselves. That one. Huh. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is so weird. You want to see? I showed you the pictures she had about the when she had that the picture with the little girl, how she made herself look like that. I showed you guys that one, right? I know I did that. And the Valentine's Day picture. Give me one sec. You got to see how psycho this broad is. Like underrated psycho in Turtleboy history. Leigha Genduso. I mean, just read those writings. Like, I'm gonna fucking get in my rape van and dress as a ninja and go to his house and hit him with a fucking smash his nose while he cries for mommy. It's like, well, that's normal. Okay. Whatever makes you happy, I guess. Where'd it go? This poor guy. You got to see this poor guy. I mean, I feel so bad. His name is Jordan. He was a cop. All right, you got to see this. Hold on. Here it is. All right. I should be prepared, but the problem is I never know what I'm going to say going into any given show. That's the thing. I start going on these tangents, and next thing you know, here we are. Okay. All right. Nope. Not that one. All right, I feel like I got enough here. Oh, there it is. There's a couple. Oh my God, I can't. This is too crazy. I forgot how crazy this was. All right. So let me pull a couple of these up. All right. I got these. I downloaded them all. I got them. Let's pull them up here and we'll be good to go. All right. So I forget how things ended, but she was like, within a week, I would say like a fucking week of us ending things, she posts this. Like, this is literally like a week later. Okay. Just like some new guy. And she's just like, ever since I met you, nobody else is worth thinking about. Like, that's like, bro, like 2 weeks before this, she was like, I want you to move in with me. And, you know, your kids I want to meet your kids and all this shit. It's like, bitch, we just do the tub thing on Fridays. Like, I'm about that. I'm not about all that, you know? So, and like immediately, like, this is like a week fucking later. Like, this is quite clearly supposed to make me like, oh, he's going to be so jealous about this one. Keep in mind, she's like 40 and this poor guy is 28 years old. He's a cop in Pembroke, New Hampshire, and has no fucking idea that he's literally being used to make me upset. Like, that was the goal of this. And so she goes, ever since I met you, nobody else is worth thinking about. Hashtag working dog couple. Hashtag my boyfriend is hotter than yours. Okay. And so then she would just always post like cringe pictures like this one. Like, oh my God, like, what are you doing? This, I can't. So then she got this poor guy to quit his job. Okay. He was a cop and he just quit. He just left the job. And what are they doing? Like, what was his plan here? And she gets him to buy a fucking house that they move into after knowing each other for like 2 months. He fucking proposes to her, which she puts all over Instagram, and they start a business together. What's the business? Well, they are, they start a business called Blackstone Canine, and they're just going to go into dog breeding. They're going to be dog breeders, I guess. And so they're just going to breed dogs. Now, she had a pregnant dog when I was, seeing her, that she didn't, and then the dog gave birth to the puppy and she didn't know what to do. She didn't know anything about dogs. Like, it's like she's completely incompetent. And then she starts posting pictures like this, which the Pembroke Police Department made him take down because he's using like his uniform as a Pembroke police officer. And she used to be a state cop, and she started an Instagram for Blackstone Canine saying, get your next canine police from MWD, from owners who have and currently do the job, and will know exactly what you need to be successful in your unit. Okay. And then she started. So the poor guy's got a 6-year-old daughter, right? And keep in mind, we call her 𝗬𝗄𝗄𝗆 because she was always getting chewed up by the dogs and starting GoFundMe's because she doesn't know. She has like 5 man-eating dogs at her fucking house and just has no idea how to. And she was always getting chewed up by the fucking dogs. You're like, you think I'm going to let my fucking kids anywhere near your house of wolves? That's not happening. Not fucking happening. But this guy let it happen. And she had like a 6-year-old daughter. My daughter was 7. It was just really creepy how she just immediately, went for this. And so then she posts this. Okay, look at this one. So this is after knowing her for like 3 months. And she posts a picture that the girl drew, that his daughter drew, that just says, Gabby's drawing of us, Dad, Leah, and like, what the fuck kind of shit is that? Like, you just met him, And so anyway, this poor guy finds out about me and he contacts me and I tell him everything. I'm like, yeah, dude, she's just like using, like, this is all for me. You know that, right? Like, this whole thing, like, I know you think she's like in love with you or whatever, but she's really just broke. And her house was in foreclosure, and she's like, I get it. She's a wizard with her mouth. I get it. Like, I totally get it. But just this, she doesn't have good intentions, my dude. Trust me on this one. And so he's really weary about it. I'm like, yeah, dude. And she like released revenge porn on me and shit like that. So she releases revenge porn after this. And then somehow she gets a fucking order on me. And like a temporary one, because she's like scared of me, and it's just such nonsense. So I got to go up to Concord, New Hampshire for a hearing order. And she claims Kate went with her, but she didn't. Okay. And I have proof that Kate did not come with her because here's a picture of her in fucking court that day. Look at her. Typing away with her notes. Oh, gonna get them. And she cross-examines me. It's on one of my earlier YouTube streams. If you go back and listen to it. She grills me about like our whatever, and she's like, I'm just like, Jordan, the boyfriend at the time, the fiance, was in court, and she's like asking me about it, and I'm like, yeah, that was before you released videos of me masturbating, and you did that, you released that, and she's like, strike that, and the judge is like, you can't just say strike that, that's not. No. And Jordan got up. He looked disgusted. Like, the truth all came out in court that day for an order she applied for. And he just got up and walked out of the courtroom. He was just, and then that was the end of Jordan. He kicked her out real quick, and he got an order on her and made her ass move out. And then she just moved to North Carolina and started, I think she's married to someone else now. I don't fucking know. But either way, she's like still obsessed with yours truly, as you can see. And, was more than happy to like get that message from Gaetani and, whatever. So anyway, back to this. We were reading Gaetani's, this thing. So with that being said, I sense a strength in you. Kate has been a saint with me with my situation. She has been loyal. Hell, she drove to my RO hearing to New Hampshire when I was still there. Except she didn't, because we got a picture of you in court alone. So Kate wasn't even fucking there for you. She doesn't even go. You know who was there? Laura Murray was there. He was there, but not her. Not, what's this picture? Oh, Oh my God. Yeah, I'll share some of these later. These are so fucking bad. This poor guy. Oh, I still feel bad for him. He lost his job. He bought a fucking house he probably didn't need or want. And he got arrested for an OUI like 6 months later. I feel so bad for him. Jordan, if you're out there, my dude, I hope you're doing okay. I'm sorry this chick fucking ruined your life, bro. I'm sorry about that. I did. At least you didn't marry her. So you got that going for you. But, you know, he was young. You know, anyway, back to this. Can you just imagine all these fucking people coming together? Like all these people coming together. They've formed a fucking island. Like they're always there. Gaetani, not Gaetani. Genduso's on that island forever. Like Gaffney's on that island forever. The Isle of Misfit Unfuckable Losers. Obviously Kate is like the official unelected queen of that fucking island. And they're all like, they will just always, whatever washes ashore, they're going to take in there and be like, you must stay here forever. But you can get out. You can build your own raft. That's what Gaetani's done here. She's built a raft out of there. So the circumstances under which the defense received the Genduso recording and the media's files exculpatory substance support the defense position that Ms. Gaetani will be a trial witness. So he must be disqualified. The Siracusa and Proctor emails support the defense's contention that Mr. Proctor participated in the state police investigation of Mr. Kearney. Because remember, Siracusa sends these emails on September 13th, which is 10 days after he sends a text message out saying, yeah, why aren't we just arresting him? So Proctor is building a case here. And we didn't get these emails. Like, why didn't we get these? Because they say Proctor's not a witness in my case, but he is. He was clearly involved in the investigation. For more than 1 year, the prosecution has known that the defense intends to prove that in December of 23, Genduso, Peter, and Gaetani conspired to exploit Mr. Mello into charging Mr. Kearney with witness intimidation, to increase the likelihood that Mr. Kearney's comments about or engagement with Ms. Gaetani would result in his incarceration. On September 12th, I asked Cosgrove and Mello for a request of discovery material. The detail demanded thoroughly describe the evidence provided the existence of a conspiracy, the object of which was to anoint Ms. Gaetani a witness against Mr. Kearney. Specifically, I quoted numerous text messages between Ms. Genduso and Ms. Gaetani, which we had been provided by the Commonwealth in the extraction report from Gaetani's phone. These texts revealed that on December 11th at 8:50 p.m., during a text exchange between Genduso and Gaetani about how to jail Mr. Kearney, Ms. Genduso excitedly texted Gaetani a media file. Okay? So a media file. And I explained that the context of Ms. Genduso's and Ms. Gaetani's messages immediately before and after Genduso sent the audio recording to Ms. Gaetani demonstrated that the media file appears to play a significant role in Gaetani's efforts to have Mr. Mello make her a witness. I informed the prosecution that the extraction report provided to the defense did not include a media file that Genduso sent Ms. Gaetani during a text message exchange a few weeks prior. So we got these texts between them, and she sends her a media file that you just listened to. And in response, we can't play the media file. It's just, there's nothing there. There's no attachment. And so Gaetani responds to it and she's like, oh my God, I didn't think of that. And Genduso was like, yeah, we got him now, but like we weren't able to hear that audio. So we asked for it. And I notified them about the missing media file, that it was relevant and discoverable. On September 26th, Cosgrove responded and said that these demands were without merit and full of various speculation. So, AKA, there is no media file. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay. On November 13th, Miss Gaetani confirmed. So she sent me another email. So I didn't know how to handle this. I'm like, I told my lawyers, I'm like, I got an email from her. And I'm like, and we had a question. We're like, did she ever get did Cosgrove ever ask her for that media file? Because we asked him to ask her for it. That's discoverable. We have a right to that. So if Cosgrove didn't ask her for that, we got a situation here because he is required to ask her for that. So I'm like, now keep in mind, I have not spoken to this woman since December 23rd, 2023 during the incident. And I'm like, I don't want to talk to her. It is uncomfortable, but I need an answer. So she has sent me an email and I'm just like, I guess I'll just email her back. And I asked her straight up, I'm like, did Robert Cosgrove ever ask you for the media file that you posted last week? I just kept it real professional and short, sweet, and simple. I'm like, did Robert Cosgrove ever ask you for the media file? And she responds, no. So now we got something to put in motion here. She says, on November 13th, Miss Gaetani confirmed for the defense that nobody from law enforcement has ever asked her for a copy of the Genduso media file and asked her if she maintained it. Again, it's like she's telling them everything. How am I not supposed what am I supposed to say about this? You know what I mean? It's like, I'm like, we're putting in emotions and shit. The fact of the matter is they didn't ask her. So that's like huge. Like I wouldn't have this information. It's a mind fuck, dude. It's a mind fuck. So it goes on to say, to this day, the Commonwealth has not provided the Genduso media file to the defense and hasn't explained what efforts, if any, it made to obtain the evidence from Miss Genduso or Miss Gaetani, and has not explained why they have failed to disclose clearly exculpatory and discoverable evidence in further of its Brady obligations. On November 9th, in a Twitter post, Miss Gaetani accused Miss Genduso of being a liar. She published a portion of the December 11th text message exchange. That's what we just read. Disturbingly, the messages released by Miss Gaetani also revealed that Genduso fantasized that while dressed as a ninja, staked his house out in a creep van and smashed him in the head with a flashlight, dragged him into said creepy van, tied him up and pistol whipped him in his nose so hard it shattered as he cried for his mama. Perhaps nothing illustrates more the exculpatory nature and relevance of the undisclosed media file than Miss Genduso's unhinged dream of brutally assaulting a person for whom she has animosity. Clearly, the text demonstrates her obvious bias against Mr. Kearney. Moreover, this deranged message, I love that, deranged, was included in the extraction report provided to the defense, which means that the Commonwealth knew that Miss Genduso and Miss Gaetani had a strong motive to fabricate evidence against Mr. Kearney. Nevertheless, the Commonwealth shrugged its shoulders rather than make a good faith effort to comply with a specific demand under Brady. This is wild, Lauren, right? This is fucking wild. You got that right. So, imagine being called deranged in a court record. I know, but how else are you supposed to call it? Like she wanted to be a ninja and show up in a rape van and come to my house and shit. Like that's deranged. Miss Gaetani's November 9th post included a copy of the Genduso media file. Not surprisingly, its contents were exactly as we described that it would be. And we went over what it says. You heard it here. At all times, Miss Gaetani provided her cell phone to the state police in January 24. The Genduso audio recording was in the Commonwealth's possession, custody, and control. The substance the substance of the Genduso media file supports the defense contention that Mr. Kearney's enemies cajoled Miss Gaetani into becoming a witness against him for the purpose of having him jailed. Miss Gaetani has publicly accused Miss McCabe of pressuring her to become a witness against Mr. Kearney. Interesting. Remarkably, the conspirators' plan actually worked. Within 2 days, he was jailed for 60 days after Miss Gaetani alleged that he committed witness intimidation during a now dismissed incident. The thing about that is that she wasn't even the one that accused me of witness intimidation. Like, she didn't accuse me of anything at first. She didn't call the cops. She didn't call the Medfield police. She called 𝗃𝗄𝗏. And they spoke on Christmas Eve. And then she called Brian Tully. And Brian Tully called the cops. And he's like, yeah, he's over here intimidating witnesses. But I threw her down on the couch. Really, it wasn't a comfortable couch, though. It was really, it was one of those 𝗃𝗄𝗏 Wayfair couches. It was not, you wouldn't want to fall on this couch. Real tough landing, She might have an ass bruise now. I don't know. And so, like, she never accused me of witness intimidation. This was their fucking plan. Like, she was just old school crazy bitch mad, like not like fucking loco. Whereas, and Tully knew better. Tully knew exactly what she was. And he was just like, whatever. And a means to an end. That's the way he viewed it. Like, that he's just going to use her. Like, that's all his plan was. And whatever. Like, witness intimidation. Such a fucking joke. The undisclosed media file is favorable to Mr. Kearney. It demonstrates a bias, a roadmap, which exposes her motive to falsely accuse Kearney, afforded legal protection by Mr. Mello and Tully as a witness against Mr. Kearney. Ms. Gaetani was incentivized by the Commonwealth to lie, fully aware that her weak, uncorroborated allegations would lead Mr. Mello to charge Mr. Kearney with witness intimidation, which likely would and did result in his incarceration. The combination of the Commonwealth's failure to disclose the Genduso media file, its substance communications between Ms. Genduso, Ms. Peter, Ms. Gaetani, Ms. Gaetani's assertion that Tully tampered with the contents of her phone before and that's the other thing we got to talk about. Remember, she gives us her phone extraction, and on December 14th, we have all our messages with 𝗃𝗄𝗏 until December 14th. And magically, on December 14th, the messages to 𝗃𝗄𝗏 from her continue going on up until January 10th. It's just Gaetani. And then 𝗺𝗏, nothing. There's no responses. It looks like she's having a conversation with herself. They're just gone. And we know those messages exist. First of all, I've seen them in person before when I was at her house. But then 𝗺𝗏 shares them on her YouTube presentations. She shows messages from a December 18th conversation that she had with Miss Gaetani. And she shares them. So we know they exist, but they're not in the report. Now, what 𝗺𝗏 has said, because she's a fucking retard, she says that, she deleted them. She's blaming Gaetani for deleting 𝗺𝗏's messages. First of all, how the fuck does that make any sense? Okay, this is wrong for a million reasons. Number one, why would she just delete Kate's messages? If she's before handing in her phone, wouldn't she delete, I don't know, all of her messages showing that this was a setup, like the messages with Genduso? Or how about just her messages to 𝗺𝗏? Why are just the 𝗺𝗏 messages the only ones that disappeared from that extraction? That's the one thing. Okay, it makes no sense why she would delete just 𝗺𝗏's messages. But number two, it wouldn't matter if she deleted them, because a 𝗃𝗏 extraction report extracts the entire data from your phone, and it shows when messages are deleted or not. Like, she did delete some messages, and we got them. It comes up and it says deleted, yes or no, and it says yes. So, like, we got some messages that she did delete and some shit that she did delete. Jen McCabe tried that shit. It comes up in the report if you delete the messages. So that's complete bullshit. And 𝗺𝗏's online trying to explain this one away. It's just not going very well. Let's see if we have this. Like, she's up here trying to, and because she knows she's fucked. She knows Gaetani has flipped. Okay. Higgins might not have flipped, but Gaetani has. And she's giving us everything. this cat's out of the bag now. See if I can find this. Give me 1 sec. I'll pull this up. Hold on. I haven't even read all this. Hold on. Hold on. I got to read some of these. She goes, I'm going to start dropping our texts, I think, to show how often I actually advised her not to do fucked up things that she just did anyway, instead, including pushing for the rape charges on Aidan. Right. I'm sure Kate had nothing to do with that. Kate got into a big argument with Grant over that one. His crazy mother even took my side, or how many times I encouraged her to just step away from everything, including the criminal charges for her own mental health. I've not done so. Yeah, because she served her purpose. She put me in jail because I'm not out to make her look any crazier than she does herself, nor do I want to cause any problems for her innocent children. I watched her kids for free multiple times, including one very fucked up incident where she called me frantic at midnight. Okay. Wow. So she's just talking about her kids. Okay. All right. Oh God. So she now that she's no longer useful to her, she's like trying to smear her, you know. This is a person who, by the way, she just like stood by the credibility of the entire fucking time until she's not useful anymore. And now all of a sudden she's a fucking liar, right? I've given her money, right? Sure you have, Crust. I didn't even see this whole thing. She's dysfunctional and selfish. Okay. I used her how? She goes, her phone extraction is still online. I would assume you can see for yourself how she reached out to all of us looking to go to the cops. Has she produced the texts she claims the state police deleted from her phone extraction? Yeah. Where are those? She didn't, somebody goes, used her to put, she did that all on her own. I would never tell a woman to keep seeing her abuser, and certainly not alone. And that's what she was telling me. She goes, please, 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 whatever you do, don't meet up. Oh, this is the example. This is it. This text message is from December 18th, 2023. This text right here from Krusty is not in the extraction. Thank you again, Krusty, for pointing this. This is not in the extraction, which means that Tully deleted it. We have a Cellbrite expert we've paid and hired who is going to testify that the only way that messages don't show up in a Cellbrite report is if the extractor deletes them himself. They're the only person that can do that. Only Tully has the power to do this. It's undeniable. This text message did not appear. He just everything after December 18th. She's like, don't go there. Oh yeah, sure. Huh. And see what? Oh, this is what she says here. Perhaps she deleted messages to hide from him how much she was lying about her relationship and intentions to me and what she was telling police. Except, dumbass, it would still show up in the report, even if she deleted them. It would still show up. We have an expert that's going to testify to that. I can't. Twitter's a fucking cesspool. I'm trying to like keep up and follow these threads, and I'm like, where's all her lies? Huh. Oh, how about this one? Oh, so this is the lie. The audio message was visible in the extraction from the jump. So she's talking about that message that Genduso sent. The audio message was visible in the extraction. How the fuck would she know what's visible? She doesn't have the extraction. We have the extraction. It's not there. Why would we fucking file a demand letter demanding this audio file if we had it? How the fuck does that make any sense? Does she even believe the lies that come out of her mouth? All she does is fucking lie. All she does is lie. Like, it's crazy. Dumbass. Yeah. And that audio message absolutely showed up in the extraction. Then why did we file a letter in which we asked for it? Go check. You're right. The extraction is pinned to Jason Broyles' Twitter account. Yeah, it's on there. You can see it's not there. So there's that. Anyway, back to this. We're almost done. Huh. So, in these circumstances, Miss Gaetani will accuse 𝗃𝗏 of egregious and criminal misconduct regarding his handling and contents of her phone. 𝗃𝗏 presumably will defend himself by accusing her of lying. Cosgrove, for his part, will be left in the untenable and hapless position of standing before the jury and refereeing an irreconcilable credibility dispute between his accuser and his co-defendant. What? Imagine going to law school and being like Mark Betterow and like having like murder clients all the time, and like he's sexual abuse victims and like all this really, shit. And then he writes this paragraph. We know Betterow likes writing in his crayons. But in these circumstances, Miss Gaetani will accuse 𝗃𝗏 of egregious and criminal misconduct regarding his handling of the contents of her phone. Presumably, 𝗃𝗏 will defend himself by accusing Miss Gaetani of lying, which is wild. Mr. Cosgrove, for his part, who is also being sued, will be left in the untenable and hapless position of standing before the jury and refereeing an irreconcilable credibility dispute between his accuser, Gaetani, and his co-defendant. So they're on the stand. They're both witnesses for the Commonwealth. 𝗃𝗏 is calling Gaetani a liar. Gaetani is calling him a liar. Gaetani suing him and Cosgrove. And Cosgrove is supposed to referee this situation and convince a jury that actually they're both telling the truth. What the fuck is happening? How is this real life? How does Cosgrove not realize this cannot continue? Which, in addition to being absurd, would be tantamount to him bolstering his own and DL Tully's credibility with impermissible, unsworn testimony against his and Tully's civil accuser. What a paragraph. What a fucking paragraph that is. Mr. Mello and state police relied heavily on Miss Peter as a source of information in their investigation of Mr. Kearney, even though they knew or should have known that her hatred of Mr. Kearney was so great that she had committed fraud and forgery to harm Mr. Kearney. Okay. So we need all this. Bottom line. On November 11th, Miss Gaetani forwarded Mr. Kearney an email that Miss Peters sent to Ken. Do you guys want to read this email? Let's just fucking read this email because we got it. Now that it's in there, we can read the whole fucking email. This email is wild. Let's pull it up. Let's do this. Okay. Again, out of the blue, this is sent to me. All right. So this is an email that Krusty Panties forwarded to Gaetani the day before I got out of jail at 11:16 a.m. It was originally an email that Krusty sent Mello at his non-government email, subject AK. Okay, you guys ready for this? Wait till you see this fucking email. Okay. I know it's a little small. That's what she said, but I'll read it to you. Good morning, Ken, not Mr. Mello. So sorry to hear about your health issues. Per our brief conversation, in other words, they spoke before this. So per our brief conversation. So I'm following up on a conversation with this email. I've attached the screenshots of text messages posted to Facebook by Jennifer Altman, purported to be her between herself and 𝗵𝗏𝗄. This was back when Jen Altman, remember when 𝗵𝗏𝗄, when I was in jail, 𝗵𝗏𝗄 was this other lawyer, Elizabeth Dombrowski, who was working on my civil case, had a bunch of volunteers that were, supporters of mine, including Courtney Healy and Jennifer Altman. And so she's like, tells Tim 𝗵𝗏𝗄, I have all these people help me out with the civil case. Would you like me to send them your way to help you out with Aidan when he's in jail? And he's like, yeah, send them over. So she sends Jennifer Altman over, Courtney Healy over, gives them their, he didn't know any of these people before. And he just makes them like paralegals. I mean, there is no definition for a paralegal. You just, yeah, you're a paralegal now, I guess. I don't know. And so I would talk to them a lot in jail. I only talked to Altman like 3 times in jail. But I talked to Courtney every day and, about my legal case. And eventually she got a job with 𝗵𝗏𝗄 over that. And so I, we get these, because I'm talking to them about my legal shit, Tim asked the jail to put them on a restricted list or a list of that they work for me, my legal defense team. And so that our conversations could not be recorded by the jail because anyone in the public, and I don't want to give them any ideas, but holy shit, like I guess any of my jail calls would be discoverable, right? So you could just get my jail calls if you wanted to. But I was cognizant of the fact that like everything I said on that line, I'm assuming that Cosgrove and not Cosgrove, Mello is just going to listen to and Tully's going to listen to. So I talked to Altman like 3 times on there. And Tim thought she was a fucking lawyer because there's a law firm called Altman and Altman and her last name's Altman. And so he put her on as an attorney and he put Courtney Healy on as a paralegal. They both get the same protection in that their calls are not recorded. And Mello finds out about this and Tully finds out about this and they're like, she's not a lawyer. Why is she on this? And he's like, well, they must be planning witness intimidation from jail. This is what fucking, did you listen? Yeah. This is what Mello came to the idea of. Oh, that every conversation I have is about witness intimidation. Let's intimidate the witnesses. You guys are doing any more intimidating out there? I might be in jail, but I can still intimidate the witnesses from jail. Go up to them and intimidate them. How do you want me to do that? Should I write an article? I don't know, just intimidate them. Just say hi and they'll be scared. Okay. So remember, he tried after 30 days in jail. Mello files this motion to make sure that he did not want me to have any more jail calls. Remember this? Remember the insanity of this? That he should not have any more phone privileges. I can't tell you how upsetting that was. In jail, all you have is the phone, right? I was on the phone all the day. I spoke with Meredith like 3 or 4 hours a fucking day in jail. And it got me through a tough time. A really tough time. And I don't know what I would do without a phone. And I'm like, would I write a fucking letter to you? You know, how would I do this? And, you know, and so like he filed a motion that I only be allowed to talk to 𝗵𝗏𝗄 and my kids. And that on top of that my conversations with 𝗵𝗏𝗄, my attorney, that he would be allowed to have somebody listen in on those conversations because I could do witness intimidation through 𝗵𝗏𝗄 too, is fucking insane. And the judge, this was the beginning of the end of Mello, because the judge, Squires Lee, was like, you want me to tell the jail he can't talk on the phone? Remember this fucking thing? And so this guy, Krusty's behind the whole fucking thing, as it turns out. So Krusty writes this email telling him, because she's obsessed and watches everything. I have attached screenshots of text messages posted to the Facebook group by Jennifer Altman, purported to be between herself and Tim 𝗵𝗏𝗄. The original post was in a private Facebook group called Jennifer Altman is Rude. I've also noticed a couple of things about 𝗵𝗏𝗄's argument, just as a layman. Number one, he never informed the jail of the mix-up, despite representing to the court that he had. His statement was pretty well impeached by testimony from the jail employee. Imagine being this obsessed with me that this is what you're doing with your fucking life. Just like writing this long fucking email to somebody called Ken Mello to try to cut me off from being able to use the fucking phone at jail. Like, this was insane. The letter that 𝗵𝗏𝗄 provided from Dombrowski, the other attorney, is dated 1/24/24, the day he was served with your emergency motion, suggesting, to me anyway, that there was no prior conversation, at least in writing, about these paralegals or interns. What? Furthermore, per Miss Dombrowski's own verbiage, she suggested to the volunteers that they might make themselves available to Mr. 𝗵𝗏𝗄, not that she suggested the use of the volunteers to Mr. 𝗵𝗏𝗄 directly as he suggested in his response. Fucking insanity. Like that this person is scrutinizing this much. This is fucking like a disease to care about me this much. It gets worse. It gets crazier. Each of the volunteers have ties to Aidan that predate his October 11th hearing by at least months, if not years, and no visible ties to either law firm. I've also attached some other items explained below. As I'm sure you are aware, I am in contact with many of the named witnesses in both cases. Right. I'm in contact with all of them. I'm their spokesperson. And I have been operating on a volunteer basis as support and advocacy. Yeah, it's too bad the courts don't have somebody that does that. Like, I don't know, a victim witness advocate. Oh, wait, they do have one of those. So why the fuck is she doing this? Why has she appointed herself this? Oh, right, because she didn't know any of these fucking people. She literally inserted herself into this case because I was involved in this case. She could not sit this one out. She had to be fucking involved. And Ray from Dallas is going to lose his fucking mind and do a whole stream on this, and I'm here for it. She goes on to say, the witnesses share their concerns with me, and I do what I can to educate myself and them on the pertinent laws and court process to the best of my ability. Keep in mind, this person barely graduated from high school. That's her education. In regards to the upcoming bail review, because I was getting out of jail in 9 days. The upcoming bail review, The victims are understandably concerned that upon his release, he will flee or ramp up his behavior. I've explained to them that a cash bail amounts is not punitive or designed to necessarily curb behavior, but instead to assure the defendant's appearance in court. That being said, their concern regarding Aidan's flight risk is, in my opinion, justified for the following reasons. So she is explaining to 𝗫𝗏𝗄 why I am a flight risk and why 𝗫𝗏𝗄, who she calls Ken, per our previous conversation, should ask for higher bail for me. Why the fuck is 𝗫𝗏𝗄 soliciting these sort of emails from this person who doesn't know fucking anything about anything, except for the fact that she has a long-standing personal hatred of me and an obsession over me? So here she's going to make the case why I need higher bail. She says, number one, Aidan can likely afford higher cash bail. So apparently if you can afford more bail, the court can just put your bail higher. Again, I've never had $1 of bail put on me. Just from the internet, we can see that he is an active and running fundraiser for legal fees that has raised in excess of $100,000. I've attached the screen capture of the total as of today. The link to the live page is here. It is a fair estimate that Aidan has been making anywhere from $300 to $1,000 per live stream in Cash App and Turtle Chat donations. On a live stream from July 2023, Aidan read out his donations that amounted to approximately $2,800 in a 2-hour stream. So this woman sits there. This is how empty her life is. She sits there, and as I'm reading Turtle Chats and how much they're for, she tallies them up and writes them down and adds them all up. Imagine this is your fucking life. Just imagine how empty and meaningless your life is. Krusty wrote this email that you are sitting there tallying up how much money I made on a certain episode in July of 2023, and then sending that information to 𝗫𝗏𝗄 as an argument that I should have more bail put on me. Oh my God. Again, in a case that doesn't involve her at all. She has no connection to this case whatsoever. She's not a lawyer. She's not a cop. She's not a private investigator. She is just a woman who lost 2 of her kids to the state due to years of neglect and abuse, physical abuse, in which the kids had to live separately because they were touching each other and shit. It's in the fucking DCF reports. And this is who Ken is using as a source. These donations are not taxed. These donations are not taxed. What the fuck does she know about my taxes? For her information, how this works, when you donate to Turtle Chat, it goes to my Stripe account, okay? And my Stripe account goes right into my bank account, my business bank account. And that is income. So this is all income. I've been over this with my accountant. Like, that all counts as income. Anything I make on the show, because I'm providing a service to you. By me reading your messages out loud, you are getting something in return for your money. So that is a product that I'm selling essentially, right? So I have to pay taxes on that. So all the money that comes into me, I just fucking added. I give my bookkeeper, I don't have time for this shit. My bookkeeper just adds it all up and says he made this much money this month, and here's what you owe in taxes this month, and blah, 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 blah. So what the fuck does she know about my taxes? Like, the audacity to be like, and she's not nearly as smart as she thinks, because like, these donations are not taxed. Well, how the fuck would you know how do you know what's taxed and what's not taxed? You have no fucking clue. You think you do because you think you're a lot smarter than you actually are, but you're not, you know? And if I wasn't paying taxes, that would catch up to me with the fucking IRS, wouldn't it? Madness. So she goes on to say, and it's difficult to track exactly how much he is making. although he is claiming on his blogs that he's making a lot of money. And he paid $60,000 for a brand new vehicle up front due to his donations, ad revenue, and merchandise sales. And then she sends a link to my article, and she quotes me as saying, as a result of my hard work, my following drastically increased and I made more money. I apologize to absolutely nobody for my financial success. Turtle Club memberships have increased tenfold. I used to have a couple hundred people paying $1,500 at $15 a month. Now I have almost a couple thousand. Donos have drastically increased. In case you haven't noticed, there's a lot of people wearing FKR gear with our logo on it. I'm killing it. Turtleboy's killing it. Website traffic and social media more than doubled. And when that happened, ad revenue increased. So she quotes my own article and he's like, he's making more money. Okay. What is that? If she knew anything, she would know that like making more money doesn't increase your fucking bail. No. Am I taxed on legal donations? That's a good question. So this is something I've gone over with my accountant, and that is a no. So because the, and if it's also because it's also a write-off, like legal expenses are a tax write-off because that's a business expense, you know? So I could either do a write-off with it, or it's like not taxable. It all amounts to the same at the end of the day when it comes to this stuff. But like, yeah. So it doesn't matter what you give it to, you know, it comes out to the same. You give it to the Give and Go, or you do it with a Dono. It's the same thing. Right. And she goes, his figures of almost a couple thousand Turtle Club members is a bit ambiguous. But if you cut it down the middle at an estimated 1,500 members paying $15 a month, that's $22,500 per month in revenue to Aidan, in addition to his donations and merchandise sales. These are his claims, not mine or yours. So she's literally sitting there. This is how empty your life is, calculating how much I make, right? Well, she sits on her fucking financed Wayfair couch, right? In her fucking Section 8 dump in downtown North Attleboro. Like, this is just fucking wild. So Aidan claims to be getting 4 million page views a month per his interview with Gretchen Voss. Kearney has no such constraints. He continues to write about the case, one story after another, as his monthly page views rocketed from about 1.5 million, he says, to $4 million a month. His website is using Google AdSense to bring in revenue. Oh my God. The approximate CPM for Google AdSense is around $2, meaning they pay $2 per 1,000 views to website operators. At 4 million views per month, he is likely making approximately $800,000 a month in ad revenue alone. Again, she has no fucking clue at all about anything. What the fuck does she know about what my CPM rate is for ads on the website? I don't even use Google AdSense. I use another company called Monumetric. They're an ad network who brings in ads from various, you know, Google AdSense is one of them, but you know, those fucking ads that come up on the page, those annoying ads, like they're controlled by an ad network. They do that. That's why she get the ad free for $10 a month. You can't go wrong. And so, or just join Turtle Club and then you get ad free anyway. And so it's just like, she's literally sitting here attempting to calculate how much I'm making in ad revenue on my website. And she's not even fucking close. Just to be very clear, I don't make nearly that much a month on ad revenue on my website. And I no longer get 4 million page views a month because I don't write very much anymore. I don't know if you noticed that. I used to write 3 or 4 articles a day. Now I get like whatever. It's just fucking insane. It's just, she's so pathetic that this is her life. As his option C, now she's lettered them. At his October 11th arraignment, Aidan was found indigent by probation per the interview they conducted. I was found indigent? How would she know? Despite the aforementioned, she loves to throw in words that sound smarter than she is. The aforementioned revenue Aidan is likely generating every month in his recent purchase of a brand new luxury X SUV. I was not declared indigent, if I recall. I was given a court-appointed attorney because I didn't have a fucking attorney and I just wanted to get in and out. They have an attorney that sits there all day and just takes you and just like, yeah, I'll just do the arraignment and I'll ask for no bail. And that was it. And that's what happened. This suggests to me that he is likely attempting to hide assets. This suggests to her, she's Detective Crusty Panties, that he is likely to attempt to hide assets and resources from the court that could be used to aid in his flight. She thinks I'm going to leave. A conservative estimate of Aidan's monthly cash revenue right now, gleaning from the factors and information outlined above, is around $35,000 a month or $420,000 a year. This is in addition to the $111,000 he has raised through the Give, Send, Go campaign. She's figured it all out. This is fucking obsessive, dude. Like to follow my finances this much and to be this fucking wrong too. Like, I know this is hard for people like her to understand, but this is a business. Businesses have expenses, a lot of them. You don't want to know what I pay to host this fucking website. You don't want to know what fucking Cloudflare costs. You don't want to know what fucking my legal fees are. Like, holy shit. That's how a business comes in. Revenue comes in and then you pay your fucking expenses. And your profit is what's left. Insane. She's trying to sound smart with her obsessiveness, but she's just too stupid to know it. And then look at this. Aidan's home is currently valued at $643,000 per a Zillow estimate. So she looks at the home that I no longer live in. And by the way, the home is actually valued at like $710,000, Krusty. All right. And I no longer have equity in that house anyway, so it doesn't fucking matter. But what the fuck does that have to do with anything? I know she's never owned a house and never will, so this is, whatever. Aidan has received additional revenue via public appearances relating to Karen Reed. $1,500 for an appearance at the Q&A Star Drive-In in Taunton, and $2,500 for an appearance at a comedy show. I got paid nothing to appear at that comedy show. Nothing. I did that for free because I got the 50-50 raffle out of it. And I was happy to go there and do that. Like, oh my God. Aidan poses a potential flight risk. What? Aidan has made statements to Lindsey Gaetani expressing his belief that he is likely to be convicted and his thought desire to abscond, indicating he has a large sum of cash and he wishes to toss his phone in a river and disappear. I've attached the screenshots because I told her I was like heavily depressed. Okay. Because I thought baby Clay was coming and I'm like, fuck. I like have these indictments and I'm like, Judge Krupp hates me. And I forget what I said to her, but I was like, I wish I could just fucking disappear. I'm severely depressed and I wish I could just fucking go off the grid, throw my phone in a fucking river, aka so no one can ever talk to me again. And I just fucking go to Ohio and fucking sleep in a motel and fucking, obviously you're not going to do that, right? You're just depressed and you're just talking and you're just like, depressed. And Krusty takes it's like, he's a flight risk, I mean, this is what she fucking, like, again, these are very personal fucking things here. Where I'm like reading this and I'm like, I just don't want to be traced. I have cash. I have to pretend like things are normal on the stream tonight. I have to get it together mentally. And then I don't know, I'm not looking for pity. I'm just depressed, I just might be going away, throwing my phone away. I said, I can't do this. I'm like quite clearly like depressed. You know what I mean? So, and she's just like, he's a flight risk. What? Fucking flight risk? Are you kidding me? And she knows I'm not a flight. Like, where the fuck am I going to go? What am I going to do? I do a show for a living. Like, if I can't do my show, then how do I make money? Where am I going to go? I have 2 kids. in a fucking house. I'm just going to leave. I mean, she knows this. She's not, this is what I mean by she's a liar. Like, she knows I'm not a flight risk. She's fucking well aware of that. She knows I'm not going anywhere, but she's just lying and spending all this time lying for the purposes of putting me in jail. This is a letter from 𝗺𝗺 𝗵𝗂𝗺 to the special prosecutor, giving him advice on how to increase my bail. Okay. That we have, because Gatuni sent it to me. So it says, I've called the Holden police. Aidan called the Holden police on December 24th to inquire about the bolo. And according to the Holden police, made a promise to turn himself in that day. That is not true. The Holden police called me and said, we have something for you. Can you come down to the station and get it? And I'm like, sure. I didn't know what it was. An hour later, I got tipped off by someone that there was a warrant out for my arrest. Something in Medfield. Okay. Instead, he evaded police who were driving by his house looking for him and looking to serve him with the restraining order for 3 days until eventually turning himself in at 12 p.m. on December 26th. He later sent a message to his followers from jail, placing blame squarely on his victim and referring to himself as a fugitive during that time period, indicating to me, at least, that he was knowingly and purposely avoiding authorities. And so she sends this message of me with my fucking kids. This is like a post that I made. Obviously I didn't make it from jail, but I talked to the people that have my phone and they made it for me. So she posts this message where I go, it says, message from Aidan. Today was my 6-year-old son's first basketball game. It was something I've been looking forward to for a long time. I missed it because someone made up a lie about me with no evidence. I missed it because I asked questions to cop killers, peacefully protested, and exposed corruption. When my kids ask me where I am and they say that they miss me, it is a reminder that the person and people who did this chose not only to hurt me, but to hurt them too. They wanted to wish their dad a happy birthday. And they did. I got their messages. Like, they got iPads for Christmas that year, and they can do like the iMessage thing. And I'm getting texts from them on my birthday. Okay. Saying, happy birthday. Where are you? And I just can't write back to them. And that was heartbreaking. I just couldn't write back to them because I didn't know what was going to happen to me. I was about to turn myself into the police and leave my fate up to the court. And obviously, you know, I was in the jail cell in Dedham District Court, just waiting to be called, praying that I was going to go home and see them that day and return their messages. But obviously that did not work out. Okay. And I went to jail instead. And so I said, they wanted to wish their dad a happy birthday and didn't understand why I couldn't return their messages. I was putting on an orange jumpsuit. They wanted to know why I couldn't be there to open presents on Christmas. Daddy was a fugitive because a bad person made up a lie. I will be fully exonerated. I have been already, and come back stronger than ever. But I will never get a chance to see them open their Tatum and Brown jerseys. I got them Tatum and Brown jerseys that we are going to wear to a Celtics game that I got them tickets for in the spring. Luckily, I didn't miss that. I will never see his first basketball game. They may think they are hurting me, but what kind of person wants to hurt children? God is testing my faith to carry them through. I look forward to court in Dedham at 9 a.m. to begin the process of reuniting with them. So, yeah, she sends this to them. She sends this to fucking Cosgrove. I mean, to Mello, right? And is like, this is evidence that he is like intimidating witnesses or he was whatever. Aidan has followers all over the country who support him financially and could likely aid and abet his escape through financial contributions, obstruction, and potentially harboring him anywhere in Massachusetts or the country. First of all, her whole argument is he's wildly unsuccessful and is a loser. And then he's fucking rich and has followers all over the country also. And which makes him a flight risk. As if I'm going to ask one of you people like, yo, can you hold me up in your fucking crib for like ever? And I can't, I don't have any money to pay you because I can't do a YouTube. Like fucking insane that she is behind all of this. She did all of this, man. She got like her, you see the obsession with me, how dedicated she is. She watches everything I do, everything I say. It's fucking insane. Also, I've been documenting the messages from jail. He has been dictating for his people to post on social media and blog, some of which we are wondering may constitute further intimidation. So they have emboldened this person to think that she is some sort of fucking detective, that she gets to decide what witness intimidation is because, oh yeah, the charges came from her. Like this was all her fucking idea. At a minimum. And so now you can see, imagine if Gaetani gives us all her messages with 𝗺cie. Imagine that happens. Stay tuned. At a minimum, he is openly continuing to taunt the named victim in this cases. I will draft another email detailing this in the interest of time and organization, as I know it's a lot, and addresses the witnesses' concerns and desires regarding bail conditions, not the actual cash amount. Let me know if you have any questions. 𝗏𝗵𝗃774. Oh, wait, no. Okay. There it is. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, that's the email that she sent that we talk about in our new filing here. And again, like that was heartbreaking to read that fucking post. It's like, it still makes me mad. I missed my son's I missed almost his entire basketball season. I saw his last 3 games. And he didn't score in those. I missed his score. He scored a hoop. He scored 2 hoops that year. And I missed him. Didn't get to see him. Luckily, I have a huge support network out there. A guy by the name of Mike Casello, a great guy, went down and he contacted me in jail and he just offered to go down and videotape my son's basketball games and make highlight reels that he sent this to me. Okay. So I really appreciate it. I just had the most amazing support network when I was in there. So, and I just watched that video in jail over and over again of my son. I saw the hoop. I saw the video of it. It was sent to me and I must have watched that video in jail like 1,000 times. You know, it made me happy, but also very sad that I wasn't there for it. So it says, in her email to Ken, Miss Peter referenced a prior conversation. So we talk all about this. This email has never been disclosed to defense. Okay. We asked for all emails. We didn't get this one. The only reason the defense is aware of this communication is because Miss Gaetani gave it to us. Okay. The 𝗵𝗂𝗃 emails to Proctor. How do we get those? Not from the Commonwealth, but from the FOIA lawsuit with Corey Hopkins. That's how we got those. You know? Exactly, Mitch. This is why my story is better. That's exactly it. Like, all due respect to Karen Reed or anything, like, sorry, my story. This is why the documentary crew is approached me about doing a documentary, because my story is a million times more fucking interesting. It just fucking is. Than an unfortunate, you know what I mean? A victim who is framed by the police for murder. You know, I didn't know the person framed for police by murder. I just took up her story, and this is what fucking happened to me because of that. Like, that's the craziest part. It's a much crazier fucking story, you know? So anyway, goes on to say, on or about November 11th, the defense became aware of a July 11th email. Okay. That Mr. Proctor informed them that protests planned to occur in the vicinity of his home. This email was discoverable, but it was never disclosed to the defense. All this stuff. We haven't gotten any of these fucking emails. Nothing. We're getting them from Gaetani and Corey Hopkins. And that's it. So that's crazy. So anyway, we filed that today, and Cosgrove still hasn't gotten any of his shit back. And by the way, my lawyers have other cases. In case you haven't heard, there's a woman by the name of, I don't know, 𝗫𝗄𝗄 𝗵𝗂𝗋𝗄𝗧, who's wrongfully imprisoned right now over some bullshit because some judge was on her fucking period that day and ragged out on fucking 𝗫𝗄𝗄 𝗵𝗂𝗋𝗄𝗧. Or maybe she's not a menopausal cunt. That's what she is. That cunt judge, who just needs to go fuck herself and threw 𝗫𝗄𝗄 𝗵𝗂𝗋𝗄𝗧 jail because she was having a bad day. Right. And yeah, absolutely free 𝗫𝗄𝗄. And yeah, so Bradle's got that. Better's got a million fucking other caseloads, and they still have time to get this shit in on time. We never miss a deadline. We never ask for more time. We get shit in early around here. And we filed this affidavit today. It's her birthday. Happy birthday. It's horrible though that she's spending her fucking birthday in jail. Horrible. What a fucking nightmare, man. Unbelievable. She needs to get out. Happy birthday, 𝗫𝗄𝗄 𝗵𝗂𝗋𝗄𝗧. If you're hearing this, clip this and send it to her. You only get 30-second videos. Clip this, send it. Because you got that on the 𝗬𝗃𝗃 app in there. You're allowed to get 30-second video. So I just want to say happy birthday to 𝗫𝗄𝗄 𝗵𝗂𝗋𝗄𝗧 in jail. Keep your head up. You'll get out. I don't know when you're going to get out, but you're going to get out and your life will be fixed. It's going to be a process, but everything will be okay. So I hope you feel better. Anyway, so yeah. So my bottom line is my lawyers have other cases and they get shit done, and Cosgrove has nothing to do. He doesn't have a job. He just triple dips. And why isn't shit in on time? So if I wake up tomorrow and he fucking files some shit, I'm gonna be pissed off. It's just, and there's no consequences for it. It's like, what the fuck? But anyway, maybe he won't. Maybe this is a good sign of things to come. All right. Next thing I want to talk about before we read some more turtle chats. Adam Deitch. And then we got to talk about the Karen Reed lawsuit. So this is big fucking news, dude. I'm sorry. This is like big news. So he investigated the people who investigated Karen Reed. Now he wants to run for Norfolk DA. So there are two other candidates, Craig McClellan and Juna Perkins, who are running for district attorney in the Democratic primary against Michael Morrissey. To my knowledge, there is no Republican running. They would be at a severe disadvantage because Norfolk County is like a 2-to-1 Democrat to Republican county. So, you know, if you're playing the odds, if you want to replace Morrissey, the best way to do it, the most realistic way, practical way to do it is by primarying him with the Democrat, right? Because Morrissey's got to go. Morrissey is the head of the snake. You got to hit the head, right? He goes away, all this shit goes away. You know, it's the easiest way to end this shit. He has his hands on fucking everything. Karen Reed would not be prosecuted were it not for him. Any ethical prosecutor would have dropped that a long time ago. I certainly wouldn't have been charged. You know, the Canton Nine, all these other people. This is all his doing. He could make the stop whenever he wants. So anyway, these two candidates, I've never heard Craig McClellan speak. I don't know anything about him. Nothing. I don't know fucking shit all about him. And that's a problem because you're running for office. You want to get your name out here. Juna Perkins, yeah, I've heard her on the Young Jerks. That's about, I don't see any commercials for her. I don't see any visibility for her. I don't see Boston Globe articles about her. I don't see anything like that. And, you know, Mike Crawford is like, she's the best. She's going to buck her. I don't think she's that great. I mean, to be perfectly, I'm not inspired by her. I've seen her talk a couple times. She's not Morrissey, so she had my support unless there's a better alternative. And this guy is a much better alternative. So this guy, Adam Deitch, has my complete and total endorsement for district attorney of Norfolk County. Yeah, she's like a fence sitter with my case and shit like that. Like, if you are not jumping all over this Morrissey shit, then you are like you're not ready for this. Like, this is the easiest thing to ever run on. She just doesn't have politics in her bloods, you know. I'm not impressed by her at all. And 𝗏𝗏𝗺, and the fact that 𝗏𝗏𝗺's like, you know, the one endorsing her and like being like, oh, she's great and this and that. It's like he gets all mad if you suggest that anybody else. Now, this is the guy. Anyone not getting behind this guy, not being realistic. I mean, look at him. Much more polished. Okay. So a former prosecutor who directed a federal probe into the state prosecution of Karen Read is now running to lead the DA's office to put her on trial. Adam Deitch, she's only 42, announced Tuesday that he is a candidate for the district attorney, presenting himself as an outsider who would restore competence, trust, and professionalism to an office embattled in public outcry over its prosecution of Karen Read and its investigation into the death of Sandra Birchmore. In an exclusive interview with the Globe. And that's what I mean. Like, this is important. Like, why isn't 𝗄𝗏 𝗶𝗃𝗄𝗃 doing an exclusive interview with the Boston Globe? This shit matters, man. You might think the Globe is like archaic and whatever. People read it still. It's still the newspaper of record for Massachusetts, especially Eastern Massachusetts in Norfolk County. It is the paper, right? And people read this. Liberals love the Boston Globe. Okay. I don't like the Boston Globe because I'm not a liberal. I'm a conservative. So I don't really give a shit about the Boston Globe. It's not I don't like the people that write for the Boston Globe. I'm not a Globie. Never have been. I'm a frequent critic of the Boston Globe. But, you know, this is a liberal county. A lot of fucking people read the Boston Globe. So doing an exclusive interview with them is important. It's real marketing. You know what I mean? Why isn't 𝗄𝗏 𝗶𝗃𝗄𝗃 doing this? Why isn't she's been a candidate for like almost a year, you know? Get out there. Get your name out there. So in an exclusive interview, Deitch said that he resigned from his dream job as a federal prosecutor, sold his condominium in East Boston, and relocated to Quincy to become a candidate for DA. He's literally a carpetbagger. This is carpetbagging 101. He lived in Boston, at a condo there, worked for the U.S. Attorney's Office as a prosecutor, and quit his job, a cushy job, a nice job with a nice pension. He had a nice life there, and he left it because he wants to be DA of Norfolk County, except the problem is he didn't live in Norfolk County because East Boston is Suffolk County. So he literally sold his condominium and moved to Quincy so that he could run for DA. Do you understand the commitment that is? Do you understand how bad you want to be DA? To leave your fucking cushy job and sell your condominium and move to the dump of Quincy? He did that. This mofo wants to be DA. I can't stress enough how fucking wild that is. He quit his job. So he says, I'm dedicating 100% of my time until next November to talking with voters about my forward-thinking vision for the DA's office. My perspective as a federal prosecutor specializing in corruption cases, particularly in Norfolk County. So this guy's the U.S. attorney for Massachusetts. But he's like, all our cases seem to involve Norfolk County. Makes me uniquely situated and uniquely qualified for this job in this moment. Deitch spent more than 6 years as a prosecutor in the U.S. Attorney's Office, mostly handling public corruption cases. Among them were the prosecutions of former state police troopers who were convicted of rigging commercial CDLs, that whole thing, in exchange for gifts, and a pair of former state police supervisors who were found guilty in an overtime fraud scheme. He also successfully prosecuted Boston community activist Monica Cannon Grant for fraud. Your boy. I'm the one that fucking that was all me. Everybody knows the Monica Cannon Grant thing was me. She was grifting up a storm off of BLM, and I did a fucking full series. I dedicated myself to fucking getting Monica Cannon Grant and exposing the fuck out of her. And I did. And her being arrested and indicted, and she pled guilty the night of the fucking Wilbur. She pled guilty. It was one of the greatest accomplishments ever. And I didn't really get a chance to spike the ball on that one because I've kind of moved past Monica. But Deitch is the guy. Again, the U.S. Attorney's Office reads my shit. And they are the ones that arrested her. He said the most meaningful prosecution he handled is the conviction of Steve 𝗬𝗃, a former track and field coach at Northeastern, who tricked women into sending him nude or semi-nude photos of themselves. Oof. The beginning of the case that sticks out is the courage. So he talks about the Northeastern case. During the prosecution of Reed and the death of her boyfriend, John O'Keefe, Deitch participated in a parallel federal investigation scrutinizing the case. The highly unusual probe concluded without any criminal charges filed against the principals in that case. And so just point of interest in this, he is the one who cross-examined Colin Albert. I have inside information that has given me this. So he did the cross-examination of Colin Albert. And, we don't know exactly what happened in there, but I'm sure Colin, he knows what Colin did. Morrissey protested the federal investigation, writing that it was highly unusual and possibly an abuse of exercise of power. Deitch said the biggest tragedy was that O'Keefe died, and to this moment, there have been no answers. That's not right. Notice what he's not saying here. He is not saying that he believes Karen Reed did this. He's saying there's no answers, aka Karen Reed didn't do this. The FBI believes that Karen Reed didn't do this. That's why they handed over 𝗃𝗏 to the defense, because they're like, yeah, these guys say that he wasn't hit by a car. So that's, she's all set. Have these very expensive experts for free. So, I mean, this is just wild. I think I read into this quote a lot. The biggest tragedy was that to this moment, there have been no answers. That's not right. Notice he's not saying, it's a tragedy because Karen Reed got away with murder. Notice he's not saying that. He's like, there are no answers. Because we know Karen Reed didn't do it, he's saying. Right? There's no answers. That's not right. What a powerful statement. I mean, think of what this man did. This man led, along with Josh Levy, led the grand jury investigation into corruption in Norfolk County and the cover-up of the murder of John O'Keefe. He subpoenaed all the McAlberts, Higgins, and various law enforcement officials. He told Morrissey to fuck off when he asked him to end the investigation. And at the end of the day, they didn't indict anyone. And he's mad about that, isn't he? Because he knows. And this is eating... Think about this, dude. This is eating Adam Deitch up. He's just like, to the point where he can't sleep. And he's like, this ain't right. This ain't right. Fuck it. I'm dedicating my life to this. I am quitting my job as assistant U.S. attorney, selling my condo in East Boston and moving to fucking Quincy, Michael Morrissey's hometown, to run against him and unseat him. Bro, this is a huge story. Deitch declined to comment on the federal Reed investigation. Yet he said the state investigations into the deaths of O'Keefe and Birchmore, as well as other public corruption cases that originated in Norfolk County, pushed him to enter the race. The death of Birchmore, whose body was found in Canton, was initially ruled a suicide by Morrissey. No criminal charges were filed. Then last year, the FBI arrested Matthew Farwell. And we all know about that. I have seen firsthand when investigators rush to judgment or when charging decisions are made before an investigation is complete, Deitch said. Wow. When investigators draw conclusions before they have collected evidence, they are taking shortcuts. And those shortcuts lead to innocent people being accused of crimes and the real perpetrators going free. Oh my God. Do you guys understand what a powerful statement that is for him to say? Yeah, he's not commenting on the Reed investigation because he knows it's improper. But Jesus Christ, if this man isn't sending signals that this is exactly about Karen Reed, is it not? Like, this is how you make a statement, Juna Perkins. This is what you like. Holy shit. I have seen firsthand what happens when investigators rush to judgment. Where did investigators rush to judgment? Oh, I know. When they figured out that Karen Reed killed John O'Keefe within 5 fucking minutes. Or what else is he saying here? When investigators draw conclusions before they've collected evidence. Yeah, I don't know. Like searching a fucking house. And when a dead cop was found on the lawn. Or like, securing a crime scene and searching it and finding all the taillight. Yeah, something like that. These shortcuts lead to innocent people being accused of crimes. Oh, you mean like Karen Reed? And the real perpetrators going free. Oh, you mean like the McAlberts? Oh, yeah. How about that? Morrissey, who was elected DA in 2010, did not respond to repeated requests for comment. How do you not talk to the fucking Globe about running? Dude, he ain't running. He is not running. Like, I'm almost ready to report that undeniably. Michael Morrissey is not going to run for re-election next year. He is out. A year from now, Michael Morrissey will no longer be the district attorney of Norfolk County. He's not. If he was running again, he would be raising money, which he's not doing, and he would be talking to the Globe, which he's not doing because he understands the importance of the Boston Globe in forming public opinion with liberals in Massachusetts. And he's not doing that. He is not going to run again. I'm telling you right now, this guy is not fucking running. Morrissey's campaign spending reports show that he's paid Google monthly for a campaign website. And in June, he convened a campaign consult lunch at a pizza spot in Westwood. So he's meeting at a fucking pizza joint in Westwood and talking about, like, should I run again? All right. Deitch said that the initial investigation into Birchmore's death was a tragedy that should not happen in Massachusetts. As the DA, every death investigation will include the collection of all evidence. So when he's DA, they're going to collect evidence. They're going to interview all potential witnesses, like Matthew Farwell and Brian Albert and Colin Albert. And we're going to, interview them like immediately and separate them and, film them and record, all this shit, and an evaluation of the universe of evidence before the charging decision is made. If this isn't, I swear to fucking God, the charging decision. So this is not about Sandra Birchmore because there was no charging decision with Sandra Birchmore. Matthew Farwell wasn't charged. This is about Karen Reed. He's talking about Karen Reed here. This guy could not possibly be sending out bigger signals to the world that this is about Karen Reed. He left his job and sold his condo and moved to Quincy because he's mad that no one was indicted for the death of John O'Keefe. He's mad about that. He is fucking on a mission here. And he's doing this because fuck Michael Morrissey. He knows what the problem is here. And he's like, we couldn't get them. I know these motherfuckers did it, but we didn't have enough to indict. So fuck it. I'm mad about that, and I'm going to fix this shit myself. Bro, this is the guy. I'm telling you. This is our Harvey Dent. Let's fucking go. All right. When there's evidence of a murder, we're going to find out who did it and charge that person. Oh, now think about this. Think about if he gets elected district attorney. You know, what is 𝗺𝗵𝗺 the juror said? He wants the DA to look into this more, right? Well, that's never going to happen with 𝗺𝗺cie. And Juna Perkins, do not believe. Have you guys heard her? Is she committed to reopening the investigation into John O'Keefe? Because that's an easy one. The answer is yes. Adam Deitch is telling us without telling us we're going to reopen this case. That I'm telling you right now, this is bad fucking news. If this guy gets for the McAlberts, if this guy gets elected DA, he's going to reopen the investigation into John O'Keefe. I'm telling you right now, these guys are fucked. You might get a charge. You know how easy it is to indict someone, right? He is their worst fucking nightmare. They do not want this fucking guy arrested. Vote for, if you live in Norfolk County, you got to vote for this fucking guy. Juna Perkins should just step out of the race. I'm telling you right now, just stop. Don't split the vote. Just get behind one fucking guy. This is the fucking guy. This guy is fucking committed. Get this fucking guy on there. You know, this is the guy. Deitch joins 3 other Democrats who've already announced they're running. Juna Perkins from Dedham. Okay. She has been endorsed by Ralph Martin, a former Suffolk DA. On Tuesday, Perkins said she welcomes Deitch in the race for Norfolk County. She said she spent more than a year meeting with constituents and hearing their serious concerns about the DA's office. That's good. Okay. The other is Craig McClellan. On Tuesday, he welcomed Deitch to the race and highlighted his experiences as prosecutor and defense attorney. Restoring trust and confidence is good. Okay. So, yeah, this is great news. This is great. Cannot emphasize how big this is. So, yeah, Dijon. That's right. Dijon mustard. That's what we called her. All right, cool. So let me read some turtle chats here, shall we? Let me read some of these. All right. Aunt Kimmy sends $10, goes, unpopular opinion, but cringe people to get back with LG. Huh? Cringe people? Never forget that she sent you to jail and fake baby Clay. She is unwell and can flip at any time. I love you, Daddy, but it would be hard to support you if you went back to that. I say this with love. Your aunt from Kansas. Don't do it. I'm not, guys, that's not in the picture. Like, you guys got to chill with that. I'm not stupid. Like, I'm not, first of all, I'm single for the first time in like a million years. And, you know, why the fuck would I want to do anything like it? Believe me, there's plenty of options. Let's just put it that way. I'm good. Like, that does not, it's not, you guys, I don't need that warning. I get what you're saying. You don't need to trust me. I'm not fucking stupid. You know what I mean? I get it. You guys, I can control my dick I'm not that stupid, you know? I'm good. I'm good. All right. Anyway, next, Ratchet Phone Extract sends $5, goes, dude, stop with the LG love. What the fuck, bro? Her phone extract is a boner killer alone. Abortions, food stamps. No thanks, bro. Do not go back. I mean, bro, I am accepting help for fucking motions in my legal defense. Like, can we guys fucking chill? Well, I'm just supposed to not accept fucking help. There's somehow accepting fucking help means I'm like, yeah, let's fucking get married. Stop it. I'm not fucking stupid. All right. I'm not stupid. Chill out. All right. Stupid April sends $5, goes, hey, Daddy, I'm really banking on the lack of response from Cosgrove being sign that it's over. That would be nice. But I can't shake the feeling that we should consider a wellness check. He is a man of advanced years. P.S. My fridge stopped working the other day. I'm told you're the best repairman. Stop it, stupid. You're making me blush, stupid April. Don't make me come over there. Don't make me come over there. Behave yourself. This is a family show. Thank you. Next. K-Max sends $7. Goes, I will pay $100 to see you lick Auntie Bev's titties, Auntie Deb's titties, instead of Auntie Bev's. Let's fuck. You'll pay $100. Oh, I bet you would. I bet you would. So I only said I would lick her titties to get justice for Karen Reed. I said that. I mean, I stand by that. I think it's a fair. Somebody was replaying that the other day, and I'm like, yeah, I mean, I'm committed to the cause. Like, yeah, like I want. If I could have ended this whole charade by just licking Auntie Bev's titties, why wouldn't I? I mean, they're titties. You just lick them. It's a fucking. I mean, it would last 5 seconds, right? I didn't say I would like suck them, and you know, I wasn't gonna motorboat her. I didn't say anything like that. I said I would lick her titties to end this. Why wouldn't I? I mean, that's what Karen Reed's like, bro. I was gonna lick Auntie Bev's titties for you. You know, you can't even come on. You can't even be like, yo, Turtleboy's not guilty too. You know, like I was gonna lick Auntie Bev's fucking titties for you, not for like long. You know, I wasn't gonna be like, I wasn't gonna do the go around the rim thing and lick the tip thing and then just like, you know, go for the full smooch. I wasn't gonna do anything like that. It was just a quick little lick. You know what I mean? Like one of those things. You know, both of them, the left and the right, in fairness, make them a little hard. Just get it going, you know? And if that could have ended the whole thing, imagine that. If you wouldn't lick Auntie Bev's titties to end this charade, then how committed to justice are you? I mean, it's not a big fucking deal. You just lick them. People like it. I mean, you don't have to fuck her. You don't have to get a blowjob. You don't have to eat her out. It's different. It's not genitalia. Okay. They're just titties. Just lick them. Big fucking deal. Get over it. All right. Next. All right. The Bukkake fridge finger sends $10. Goes, I can tell you now that the House defendants, I love how they're called that, are exposed to legal cases. People who are afraid of the McAlberts are sending data now. This is a fact. Things never known before are going to get exposed. See in the next 4 days. Watch. 48 hours after. Details are forthcoming. Stop it with the fucking shit, man. You guys are killing me with this shit about what people know and stuff. You know, like, what do you guys know that I don't know? I don't know. I'm excited. I want to find out. Man. Like, what is going on? Is this going to lead to more stuff to lawsuit? We could talk about the lawsuit right after we read these. In memoriam of Clay. And believe me, there's a lot on here. I'm in a precarious position because I have feelings, obviously, and strong opinions about Gaetani, right? Because I don't think that she is. I think they used her. Yeah, but she's also a fucking adult and she had free will. You know, I'm also well aware. I'm not fucking stupid. I'm not naive, right? I also know that she didn't have to fucking participate in this. Okay. I don't think like there's going to be no pity party from fucking me on this one. But the fact of the matter is she can fucking help. So what am I going to say to that? You know what I mean? Of course I'm going to accept that help. It doesn't mean we're fucking kumbaya or anything like that, right? It's a very, very weird and uncomfortable position to be in, you know? And whatever her motives are, they are. But exactly, Melanie, take the emails. Why wouldn't you take the fucking emails, you know? There's that. All right. In memoriam of Clay, sends $25, goes, thank you for your YouTube presentation. I would like to see a subpoena presentation by Bradel and Betterow of crusty and snail trails actual electronic devices and cloud based on their public release of info on 𝗃𝗏, not in discovery by Commonwealth. Either the Commonwealth is violating Brady or the victims and witnesses have fucked the Commonwealth and need to be charged with misleading the Commonwealth like Walsh just pled guilty to. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm with you on that one. And yeah, if you guys didn't see, Brian Walsh took a plea today. Unexpected. That was crazy news. Today was a crazy news day. But Brian Walsh pled guilty to disposing of a body, not murder. So then they continue with jury selection. They began it. Trial starts December 1st. He disposed of a body. So it is official, which he admitted today, and he also admitted he's not married anymore. So we have an admittance for the first time that Anna Walsh is dead. Okay, that there's no Gone Girl situation. She's dead. Some people were saying that, and that he presumably disposed of her body. Now, what is his defense going to be? I was listening to Melanie today. She was bewildered by it. I mean, people are going to have theories on this. What his defense is going to be. Maybe she fell down and died, and he's like, fuck, better fucking chop her up. I don't know. Like, because they had him dead to rights on the disposing of a body. Motherfucker Googled how to get rid of a body if you need to. Okay. So by getting rid of these lower charges, they can't mention them now that he pled guilty to these at his trial. And so I don't even know if they're going to talk about like getting rid of and I don't know. Whatever his plan is, I'm sure it's fucking well thought out. So thank you. Samantha sends $10 and goes, tax this freaks, #Dono for turtle. However, I realize I'm not obsessed with you, but the truth. Call it like it is. Don't like it, change. So many people can speak up, but keep choosing to remain silent and deflect. The first person on the other side to talk is a hero. Yeah, I mean, well, look, here's looking at you, Sarah Levinson. Here's looking at you, Bagel. I don't know. I'd love to hear more from some of these people. What do they know? Next, Samantha sends $10 and goes, to all the people who hate you, seek help. How does one not see the truth? You keep trying, and I adore that. But some people are so goddamn dumb. The proof is there. You literally have to be dumb to think otherwise. Exactly, Samantha. Thank you. Steve Colley sends $25, goes, my dad and I went to the UConn football game Saturday. We listened to Turtleboy the entire 3 hours. Nice. Dad is an attorney. He said apparently the law ceases to exist in Canton and the laws of physics as well. He knows 𝗃𝗏𝗃𝗃 and his law firm in Albany. He couldn't believe the lady in Atlantic City. Dad is the town attorney here in upstate New York. He said, not in a million years would anyone prosecute that case here. Thrilled that my dad is now a turtle rider. Thank you again. Oh, my pleasure, Steve. And I'm glad your dad is enjoying the content here over on Turtleboy Daily News. I appreciate that, sir. Megan sends $5 and goes, my fridge is broken too. Ladies, I can't fix all your fridges, okay? I break fridges. I don't fix them. So there's that. All right, next. Some cash apps here. All right, Deb sends $5 and goes, yes, your story is what makes the movie. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, I mean, my story is wild. And because you can tell Karen's story within my story. You know, it's part of the fucking story is the framing of someone for murder and what happens to a reporter when he reports on this and then he goes to jail because of that. You know, like that's crazier, you know? So thank you, Deb, for that. Frank sends $5 and goes, her stealing garage door advertising worth this. Yeah, I mean, that's ultimately how this all started was she was stealing advertising revenue from a yeah, bro, I could make a killing on refrigerator right now, bro. I would have no problem finding clients for that, let me tell you. So okay, let me just refresh the turtle chats one more time, make sure we don't have anything. Jimby Swim sends $10. Goes, don't the McAlberts realize Turtleboy investigations are a fine wine that only improve with time? Time is on the side of the good guys. They only look more guilty as time passes. No, butt dials, phone disposals, dog rehomed, basement makeover, guilty Google searches, and legacy real estate sold significantly undervalued. The masses are coming around. Thank you, Turtleboy. Let's go, feds. Exactly. So let me I gotta get a drink of water real quick. I'll be right back. Hold on. Feed the dog.
No, it was called feeding the ducks. Well, it is. That's what we're doing right now. We're feeding ducks. Come here, duckies. Eat it. Eat it. Chew it. Swallow it. Don't bite my finger. Ooh, be nice. Ooh, close one. Feeding the ducks. You like that, ducky? Take it. Take it, duck. You like that, duck? We're best friends, duck. You want more? Don't be greedy. Feeding the ducks. You're feeding the ducks. You're feeding the ducks. You're feeding the ducks. Who? Me? Feed the ducks?
All right, that was fun. All right, cool. All right, so last thing, let's talk about the Reed lawsuit, shall we? You guys obviously saw the big news today. Let me see if I can pull it up here. Give me one moment. This is in Plymouth Superior Court, I believe. So I got to go to Plymouth Superior Court. Reed, Karen. Okay. And these idiots, I mean, so yesterday you guys saw the news, obviously, that like they're gonna sue me, right? They're gonna. And I don't have the lawyers been named yet. I saw Ted Daniel put out a tweet. Give me 1 second to pull this up. I don't have a copy of the filing. Did Ted Daniel post it? Yeah, like, so he puts this, I've reached out to the lawyers for the McCabe's, Alberts, O'Keefe's, and Brian Higgins about her new lawsuit. I'll let you know when I hear back. Oh, so Alan Jackson had an amazing statement today, and this is why he gets paid the big bucks. Okay. Today's filing speaks for itself. It is a meticulously documented civil action grounded in evidence, law, and the Constitution. For more than 3 years, Karen Reed was dragged through a baseless criminal prosecution engineered by individuals who abused their authority, manipulated the investigative process, and trampled her rights. Our complaint lays out in stark detail the malicious prosecution, the conspiracy, the civil rights violations, and the intentional misconduct that these defendants visited upon an innocent woman. If these defendants want to answer for that under oath, we welcome it. What we will not do is legitimize a threat to file some imaginary defamation case. That threat is nothing more than a desperate attempt by these defendants to distract the public from the very real legal jeopardy they now face. Oh, again, Alan Jackson, as he said on my YouTube presentation, doesn't get nervous. He makes people nervous. And this is just this is why, again, he's paid the big bucks, man. This is him at his finest, this press release. Like fuck you. We are not at the least bit scared. Do it. We have 2 words for you. Do it. I see all these trolls on there yesterday being like, oh man, the lawsuits are coming. Motherfucker. Do you understand how many times I've been sued? Do you understand that I've never fucking lost? Do you understand that I can't fucking wait Do you understand how fucking hard I get at the idea of these assholes sue me? I get so fucking hard just thinking about that. I can't fucking wait to fuck. I can't. Getting all fucking excited. The idea, these motherfuckers, you want to sue me? Oh, let's fucking go. Oh my God. I am the last person you want to fucking sue. I fucking dare you. I fucking dare you. I fucking dare you. Oh, I wish a motherfucker would. Please do it. Please fucking sue me. I dare you. I dare you to sue me. Do it. Do it. Do it. I want it. I don't fear it. I fucking crave it. That's what I do. I crave your fucking lawsuits. That's what I want. I want to depose every single last one of you. I can't do it right now because there's no lawsuit. So I can't do it. I can't depose you. Bettero is itching for a fucking chance to get in that ring and depose your asses. Oh, we have a lot of questions for you. Oh, boy, do we have a lot of questions for you. And we're going to get so much more discovery because they gave us everything. It's all under protective order. It won't be when you sue. Oh, no. Then all those Jen McCabe text messages that we can't put out there. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Please sue me. I am begging you with every ounce of my being. Please fucking sue me. I want you to. I am dying. Do you understand what will happen? Have you thought it through? I don't think you have. And that's what I fucking love about you people is you're fucking retarded and impulsive and stupid. And I fucking love it. Fucking love it. I love it. I love it. Please do it. Please do it. Auntie Bev ain't going to be there to save you. She's not going to be there to save you. I mean, think about it. I have been exonerated, and just like all of my work was on June 18th, 2025, which was 5 months ago today. Today's the 5-month anniversary of it, right? When that jury said not guilty, not guilty, not guilty, they were saying, and Charlie the foreman has come out and said this as well. He's gone further. They're saying that John O'Keefe was not hit by Karen Reed's car or any car, but especially Karen Reed's car. Okay. That's it. 12 of them unanimously agreed. Bro wasn't hit by a car. All right. I didn't do that. I didn't prosecute the case. I mean, I didn't defend her. You know, I wasn't a lawyer. I didn't do any of that. I wasn't a witness. Nothing. So why did they acquit her? Well, 5 doctors said he wasn't hit by a car. And they said he was, and I gave a fucking hell of a comment. I'll read my comment to you guys. I put it in my, what do I have here? Yeah, he went further and said that she's innocent, didn't he? Right? So anyway, what am I looking for? I was just looking for something. I got distracted. Fucking distracted. What am I talking about here? Oh, my comment that I gave to the Boston.com. I'll read it to you. All right. I said to them as follows. I said, I have not been served with any lawsuit from anyone involved in the Karen Reed case. A jury that listened to 31 days of testimony unanimously agreed with the findings of 5 doctors, 𝗺𝗻𝗃 𝗺𝗍𝗍, Dr. Andrew Rentschler, Daniel Wolf, Marie Russell, and Elizabeth Lapasato, that John O'Keefe was not hit by a car, that his arm was bitten by a dog, and that his body was not outside for long enough because he didn't die from hypothermia. This is further confirmed by the testimony of Brian Loughran, Jennifer McCabe, Matt McCabe, Sarah Levinson, Caitlin Albert, Tristan Moritz, and Brian Higgins, all of whom testified that John's body was not on Brian Albert's front lawn between 1:30 and 3 a.m. Ryan Nagel, Heather Maxson, and Ritchie D'Antano all testified that John O'Keefe was not inside or outside of Karen Reed's car at 12:25, proving that he was inside the house. Jennifer McCabe Googled how long did Diane call at 2:27 a.m. when she claims she thought John O'Keefe had gone home, which proves that she was actively aware of the plot to leave John on the Alberts front lawn to die in the cold. Since it is established that John O'Keefe was not hit by a car, that his phone shows him ascending and descending 3 flights of stairs, and that his head injuries, according to Dr. Isaac Wolf, came from falling down and hitting his head on a hard object, not grass. The only logical conclusion a reasonable person could reach is what I have been saying for the last year. The people inside Brian Albert's house murdered John O'Keefe. Truth is the ultimate defense against claims of defamation. The only reason the McAlberts have not been arrested or treated as suspects is due to the corruption and incompetence of the Canton and state police, many of whom have direct ties to the Albert family. Brian Higgins had a goddamn office in the Canton Police Department. Pointing out these facts is not defamation. They are free to sue me and bring this to trial, as I would be more than happy to keep. I wanted to say I'd be more than happy. I am fucking hard thinking about it. I am erect. All right. To keep their crimes in the public eye as much as possible, and to explain these facts to a jury and let them decide who they think killed Boston police officer John O'Keefe. Do it. Do it. Fucking dare you. I fucking dare you. I dare you. Oh, I fucking dare you. I want it. I fucking want it. Inject that shit in my fucking veins right now. Do it. Do it. Do it. Put me on that fucking stand in front of a jury and let me explain to them why I called you fucking people murderers. Let me do it. Give me that chance to do it. Oh God, give me that chance. I wanted to testify at Karen Reed's trial, but I wasn't going to sacrifice not being able to cover the trial. Sorry, not going to do that. So I pled the fifth. I didn't plead the fifth because I had something to hide or anything like that. I did it because I am not giving up my right. First of all, Hank was never going to call me. It was all a ploy to keep me out of the courtroom. I am not giving up my right to cover the Karen Reed trial. Sorry, I'm not doing that. I knew Hank was playing a game, so I played a fucking game too, and I pled the goddamn fifth. Okay, that's it. I'm not the least bit worried about incriminating myself, nothing like that. I fucking outsmarted him. All right. And he wanted to keep me out of that fucking courtroom. I got my ass back in that fucking courtroom. Okay. Period. Got it done. And this time though, no problem. I can't wait to take the stand. And in case you haven't seen, ask Gaetani. I'm really good on the stand. Cross-examination, man. I am fucking cold, stone. I can explain anything articulately well. Right? Deposition daddy. I will fucking destroy you people. Let's go. And yeah, so put me on a stand. I dare you. I dare you to do it. I can't wait. I can't wait for the idea. These retards think that I am somehow fucking scared. I can't wait. Bring that shit. Bring it. Anyway, back to this. Dare daddy. Exactly. My husband just asked what the fuck I'm watching. You're watching Fridge Daddy go off on a tangent. Fridge Daddy is hard. So anyway, Alan Jackson's kind of hard too. And he says, what we will not do is legitimize a threat to file some imaginary defamation case. That threat is nothing more than a desperate attempt by these defendants to distract the public from the very real legal jeopardy. I wonder if they're scared hearing that. Very real legal jeopardy. When people start waving around defamation claims to mask their own legal troubles, it tells you everything you need to know. They don't want sunlight. They want silence. Oof. Karen Reed spent years fighting for her freedom against a corrupted investigation. Now she's fighting for accountability. And unlike the criminal case, this time the defendants don't get to hide behind badges, back channel favors, and manufactured narratives. They will have to answer in a court of law for every lie, every omission, every manipulated report, and every constitutional violation they committed. Karen Reed is not backing down. Our team is not backing down. Accountability is coming, and these defendants can threaten all the phantom lawsuits they want, but the truth does not flinch. Amen. Alan Jackson killed it. Fucking killed it. Love that. So that's what he releases yesterday. And then today, he says he has a new statement. Again, this is Ted's new statement today. From the attorneys for Higgins, Nicole Albert, Brian Albert, Jennifer McCabe, and Matt McCabe. Now, they've been represented by 3 different attorneys. Brian Connolly for Higgins, Kevin Reddington, my homie, for the McCabe's, and Greg Henning, Toolbag, for the Alberts. So it's unclear who these are. The allegations what lawyer is saying this and why Ted Daniels is not naming them. I don't understand this. Like, he didn't just get an email from the attorneys. Well, who are they? The allegations made by Karen Reed are entirely false, defamatory, and without merit. Our clients categorically deny each and every claim. This lawsuit is nothing more than a continuation of a baseless conspiracy narrative that has caused significant harm to the reputations and lives of innocent people. Our clients acted responsibly, fulfilled their civic duty as witnesses, and have participated appropriately in the legal process from the outset. Ms. Reed's claims distort the facts, misrepresent the evidence, and target private citizens in an attempt to deflect blame. As reported yesterday, we will hold Ms. Reed accountable for the harm she has inflicted and the conspiracy she and Aidan Kearney, also known as Turtleboy, have manufactured. I am in your fucking heads, motherfuckers. I haven't manufactured shit. Every single thing I've published is based on evidence, facts, data, science, eyewitness testimony, expert testimony, you name it. I have reached the most logical conclusion someone could reach. You motherfuckers killed the motherfucker. That's what you guys did. Right? And that's, I will never stop saying that, ever. I will never stop calling them murderers, ever. And some people are like, whoa, bro, easy with that. No. How about you easy with that? How about you start saying the truth? Right? Because I ain't the only one saying this either. My guy, Loophole Lawyer, calls Brian Higgins a murderer on a daily basis, basically. Okay. And I don't see him in this lawsuit. Maybe he doesn't have the same sway as me, the same pull. A lot of people call the McAlberts murderers. I'm the only one they're naming. Why is that? I'm also the only one being indicted because I have influence and I have a platform. That's why they're saying speech is illegal if you have a platform. You can call people murderers all you want. You just can't have a YouTube show with 165,000 subs. You can't do that. Then it's a crime, right? That's what they're saying here. So, bring it on. I've called these people murderers. Yeah, because what else am I supposed to call them? John O'Keefe wasn't hit by a car. So who did it? I don't know, but they're all guilty as far as I'm concerned. Every single person in that house knows what happened. Every single person in that house knows what happened. They all did it. They're all guilty. Okay. Until one of them comes clean. And blah, blah. Oh, yeah. And by the way, I just wanted to thank you. Shout out real quick because we do membership gifts now. And this is a new thing for me. So I want to thank bcrumbs937 for sending 10 Turtleboy gifts at the last YouTube presentation, as well as GP Dog Drool sent 20 Turtleboy live gift memberships. So thank you very much. I want to thank you guys for those. Appreciate that. So yeah, they are in fact killers. I mean, I think you should all start saying it. You know what I mean? Go on your fucking Twitter profiles, whatever. Just be like, yeah, Brian Higgins is a murderer. Go ahead, post that. You won't. See if you get sued. Do it. Who cares? Because it's okay to fucking say the truth. I ain't scared. You think I'm scared of a fucking lawsuit? Do it. I can't wait. For these people to even mention me, they're just building my legitimacy that I've manufactured. I've manufactured shit. And Karen Reed is entitled to a defense. She's entitled to say the truth as part of the defense. These people wanted to frame her for a murder and then handcuff her so that she couldn't use the truth as a defense, basically. Okay, sure thing. So anyway, I'm not going to go over the whole lawsuit because I don't even have it. And I've read most of it, but there's nothing new in it. There's nothing, as Andrea Burkhardt pointed out, there's nothing new in this lawsuit today. It's all stuff that we know. It's fun to read it all and just be like, wow, this is wild. This is happening. But, you know, I think it's a big mistake on their part. If they're actually filing a lawsuit, that's stupid on their part because they want this to go away. I mean, why do they want to keep going? If I'm Jennifer McCabe, I just want to go back to being a normal mom. She got away with murder. I'd be focusing on that. Go to your kids' soccer games. Fuck Turtleboy. I would not be paying attention to Turtleboy. I would not be stalking Turtleboy. Well, that's right. We know about that. Well, we know about that. That's coming out too. Huh? Some people like follow me around, apparently. Yeah, we got evidence. Oh, wait do you see about that? Stay tuned. She's telling them everything. She's telling them everything, folks. But Andrea Burkhart tweeted out that I read through the complaint. This is what she tweets. And she got a Twitter back, so that's great. I read through the complaint. It is well written and persuasively conveys the defense theory of events. That said, there's nothing new alleged at this point that we didn't already know from the criminal case or the disciplinary proceedings against Proctor and others. I'm not 100% confident that all of the federally based claims are going to stick, but there are state law claims that aren't as limited about who and for what you can sue. It's also pretty clear from the allegations that discovery into the phone records of all involved is coming. Yeah, that's right. The web of communications in the days following John O'Keefe's death should be very enlightening. And that in and of itself is a win for all of us, isn't it? Because this is the shit Auntie Bev wouldn't, remember, she wouldn't let us see Brian Albert's phone. We're going to see it now. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes, we are. We're going to see it. And you can't just throw it in an army base like last time. We're going to need to see that shit. We're going to need to see that shit. So anyway, yeah, that's that. So I'm not going to get into you can watch Brother Counsel or Melanie Little. That's kind of what I like here is that like we've created this system here where I'm not a lawyer, you know. If you want to break down a whole 46-page document, a legal document, you should really do it with a lawyer because I'm not a lawyer, right? I'm a doctor. I'm not a lawyer. So you should watch it with Melanie. You should watch it with Brother Counsel and Brother Counsel, Martin Radner, right? That's who you should be watching it with because I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm here. I'm the entertainment daddy, you know. I'm the guy who makes things fun. You know, I make murder fun and corruption fun. I find a way to have a good time with it. You know, but I'm no legal expert, and I'm bored by it too. I'm not gonna lie. Like I like Brother Counsel. I like Melanie. You know, I was at the gym today. I listened to them at the gym, working out, get my sweat on, running. And I'm listening to them and I'm just bored. Not that they're boring. It's just that like, I just find reading and I like their insight on it. And I like what they say. It is important to listen to, but I have like ADHD and shit. So I'm just like, not that built for that. You know what I mean? I'm not built to like listen to, I'm more of a Glare guy. I'm more of a Glare Institute of Law and stuff kind of guy. Where I just like to like listen to a YouTube presentation and just hear just a regular guy like the Glare share his insightful commentary on stuff. Like I like that. And but I did listen to both Melanie and Brother Counsel today. And you know, and it is important to hear their take on it and like how this will end up standing up and their whatever. So, but you know, to each their own. So I think my point here is that we have created an ecosystem of content creators here where you can get the actual legal analysis from other people who know what the fuck they're talking about. You know, me and the Glare do different shit. We do like, you know, let's just have a good time and talk about here and there and maybe hit up on some drama, you know, whatever. That's what we do. So, all right. Anyway, let's read some turtle chats if we have any more. Ashley Beck sends $5. Goes, my fridge is working fine. Can you come break it? Oh God, it's enough of this. This is going to be a thing, isn't it? Okay, thank you. Gray Space sends $5 and goes, have you listened to the song Show Me Your Genitals? And the sequel, Show Me Your Genitals 2. 𝗃=MC Vagina by John LaJoy. I feel like they have the almost same energy as your YouTube presentations. Is that real? Because I don't know. I have not heard of that. Thank you. Lauren sends $25. Goes, I wanted to drop a quick note to say how much I appreciate you. Well, thank you, Lauren. Longtime listener over here. You're like the smart and pesky little brother who always knows the truth and isn't afraid to pipe up. That's what I love about you. Well, thank you so much for that very thoughtful turtle chat there about being a pesky brother, Lauren. Thank you. Angela sends $10. Goes, hey, Doc, don't trust anyone with the initials LG, please. It's not about trust. It's about like receipts, you know? So I appreciate that. Jen's Teeth sends $10. Goes, these people were scared shitless when Betero wanted to join the team for Karen. Now they're making stupid threats about suing you and Karen as co-defendants. Did they think that even if you and Karen's relationship has changed, that the attorneys from both sides won't tell them, pull up, bitch, I will fuck you up? Yeah, I mean, that's the thing about it is like, you know, me and Karen will be tied to this, whether or not she likes it or not. We are tied to this and our interests are shared, you know? So obviously but that's cool. We don't have to like each other. We don't have to get along, but we are swimming in the same direction here, you know, and we have great lawyers together, you know, so good stuff. Next. Yeah, okay, we read that one already. Let me just refresh here real quick. You got no cash apps. Do we have any cash apps? I don't think so. All right, cool. Looks like we're good. Anyway, guys, it's getting late. We have a big day tomorrow. Every day is a big day around here. I have court in New Jersey tomorrow, being arraigned, I think, for the t-shirt lady, where that should be interesting. But anyway, we'll see what happens with that. Other than that, we will see everybody else at the bus stop live tomorrow. Sex Cult on Thursday. And I think we're actually going to do a Saturday show this week. So Notre Dame's playing Syracuse. We're like 35-point favorites. So anyway, guys, we'll talk soon. I love all you fine people. And don't forget to brush your teeth. All right. Peace to you, bum crease.
It calls for data including calendars, alerts, reminders, notes,